It's your boy Jordan, aka Dorian here. Back for another vid. Yo, okay, bet we live now. Bet, yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Dory, aka Jordan. Back for another vid. Talk about the new One Piece chapter. Discussed it. Know we a little bit late, but Son has some technical issues that you better go deal with. Let's say everybody been hyping this up all day. Been cancerous. People don't switch up their opinions. It's been a fun, interesting day, to say the least. But if I give my opinion on it, I'll go ahead and start out with that. Give my opinion while I wait for other folks to hop in. My opinion on everything is that it was a cool chapter. I say I'm liking. I thought it was a cool chapter to seeing Luffy do his thing, catch Kyle slipping. It's bad for Trail for the Yonkos, but it was a cool little moment. It was interesting seeing Kaido how he interacts. Him being pretty much a perpetual drunk. What we can tell, he stay drunk. So I don't know how that's gonna play out. I say with the rest of the art, but I'm hoping that at least that I don't know. I'm hoping that it at least pans out some kind of way. I don't know how or why, but I'm hoping it at least pans out. So we'll see what's up with that. I am liking the Bijou bomb though. That was pretty fun. Just seeing this man make a whole Bijou bomb and pretty much obliterate Otis Castle. So at least the highway's power is real. We know for a fact that this man is at least a whole dragon. That's what we can say. We know for a fact that this man is a dragon. So I'm fine with that. But my only issue is that I'm trying to figure out, is this a fruit? Is this him? Like, I want to at least understand and know more about about what he is, because the Oda keeps making a point to allude to what he is, but not really explain. So we all left guessing. Is it, what I'm saying? Is it a fruit, devil fruit? Is it him? It's hard to say.
Oh no, we're not doing this, hater.
Oh, we doing this. Hey, we doing this, J Hudson. We
Oh
doing this.
no, we already talked
What's good,
about
man?
this, man.
Hey, we doing this. Hey,
We
we
had
doing
a
this, man.
whole
But
discussion
nah, hey,
yesterday.
nah, we doing this today. But nah, what's good, fam? Why you living, J
What's
Hudson?
good? What's good?
Not much, man. I'm being non-cancerous right now. I gotta be non-cancerous for a moment. So I'm trying to just have a logical, slightly cancerous or get cancerous discussion about what happened. But
I
trying
don't
to
know.
just
Spidey was killing me last night with that. I was like, oh god.
listen. I got my troll out, but this man kept it was serious. I got my troll out the
Yeah,
way.
I was like, what, man? That's what makes him a
Uh,
paramecium. Not only is he.
that's big facts. That's big facts. But no, let me ask you, how you think about the chapter, man? What do you think?
This Luffy the Sneak God.
This, this man said the sneak god.
He is, man.
How is he?
Tell me anyone
How,
you seen sneak somebody the way he snuck Kaido in the series like that. That motherfucker, not
sneak
only
somebody.
did he get above his head, he got above his head when the motherfucker can fly, but
I
he
mean
also did a
Sanji.
gear
I mean,
third punch.
Sanji snuck this man. Sanji snuck Oven. He literally right for the other fate. Well, nice. I say on purpose, but he snuck Oven better than
He
Luffy
did.
did.
He
Luffy,
did. He did sneak the fuck out of him. I was like that.
you know what I'm saying? So you
I
can't
mean,
just
I
be
think
saying,
it's pretty obvious he's not getting taken out with that. It's just
Nah.
the way Oda,
let's go, my man Martin. Let's go. What's good, fam?
it's all good. But the way he just portrayed Kaido this chapter was trash to me.
Nah, how I
It's just
got
like
from it
I know
was
he's
like,
not gonna I know he's not gonna be knocked out by that, but it's just the fact that he showed that to us was just trash.
Hold on, this thing. I just want to get to this later, but because I know it's gonna be I guess, a topic of discussion for a lot of people this week. Is the betrayal, but you really think that it's a bad portrayal for Kato or even Yonko? You think it's bad portrayal that the fact that the main character,
n-
I'm like,
no, I can't say it is per se, only because like at the end of the chapter, like it didn't really look like he was too phased. It like at like even though like his lines were like lined out or whatever, it looked like his pupils were
Yeah.
like looking up to see like what the hell just hit him. And he was like, "Oh, I'm about to." I feel like next chapter he's gonna like it's gonna really play on
He's
like
gonna be
what I'm
like,
saying.
what just what fly
Yeah,
is buzzing around me?
yeah, like what the fuck is that? Like did someone just throw a rock? Like, like,
Yeah, I feel you. See,
like I
I
feel
feel
like
you.
how he's
See,
gonna respond.
I feel you. I don't know. Like again, for me, I won't say it's a bad portrayal per se. More so that one is Luffy, of course, but to me, it's just I wouldn't say a nerf, but just Yonko being in a vulnerable position. Like this
Yeah,
man
he was
Kaido
drunk.
right now is a drunk uncle, so he just
Yeah,
doing whatever. He just on with his own right now. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, at this point, it's something got to get used to. Because my thing is, if Uncle were how we wanted it to be, Luffy would have got bodied, and then
yeah,
we'll all be, then we'll all probably complain about that or say something bad about that. So it is what it is at this point. Like
That would have been
him being
awesome.
too overpowered.
That would be
yeah.
awesome if he
No,
does get
I
bodied and
mean
get
it'd be cool,
in
but the thing
jail.
it'd be cool. But then later on in the arc when Luffy beats him, it's gonna be people be like this is trash
Oh,
because
we
Luffy
got to
came
refer
back
to
and
him as the Sneak God Luffy from now on.
I'm not gonna call that man sneak god. That's not gonna happen. Like
Yo,
that's
he
not.
is the Sneak God.
There's bro. I'm not gonna call this man the sneak god.
He snuck that nigga worse than Whitebeard snuck a Kainu, son. Like,
Oh my god, bro. Just, man,
Actually,
I'm not gonna do this.
the worst in the series is whenever Luffy snuck Doflamingo with that Rhino Schneider.
that Rhino Schneider was nasty. I ain't
Oh
gonna lie, that Rhino Schneider was
no.
nasty. That motherfucker, when the
Oh man.
motherfucker puts all 10 toes on your face, mm-mm. You have to die.
This man said all 10 toes.
Uh-uh.
But hold on,
Oh
wait. But let's
shit!
say what that's what I'm saying. That wasn't really a sneak. That's just he didn't sneak him though. Luffy just he just
Oh,
not
he
he caught
snuck
him.
that nigga.
He didn't
He
sneak.
snuck that.
He had not sneaked. He did
He
not know he
blitzed
had
Nah,
down.
him.
that motherfucker ain't know
Yeah,
what
he
the
blitzed him.
hell.
Yeah, he blitzed him, bro. He blitzed that
Yeah,
man. He didn't sneak. He
he
blitzed him.
snuck the fuck. Man, he went above his head, son. He went above his head. That means not only the motherfucker that's flying, you have to get above them and then punch down. He snuck him.
Yeah, he's listen. I'm not sure call his man. He did sneak Kaido, but I'm not sure call his man the sneak god because you know this is what he do. He don't sneak. He too up front with that man. I'm not to call his man the sneak god.
Man,
Like he just out. This man
Luffy
is
can be upfront with you after if he snuck the fuck out of you.
bro.
Like
This
he
man
don't
ain't a
care.
ninja fan,
He's a
bro.
pirate.
He ain't that, bro. He ain't that smooth fan to be sneaking everybody. He's not finna sit here and do this, Justin. We're not finna do this tonight, right now, fam. We're
Yo,
not finna do
my
this.
nigga snuck a Yonko.
Oh
Like
my god.
we ain't gonna take that from him.
This man Luffy gets his first sneak diss, and now everybody hype now because he got his first sneak diss.
Look,
Hey,
man, when
how
you
y'all
see
think
another character
Straw Hat
sneaking
survived
Yonko,
that
Ace
blast?
couldn't even sneak
Oh yeah,
fucking
Kinemon.
Whitebeard.
No, Martin Kinemon. That's how.
Oh
Kinemon.
yeah,
He
I
Kinemon
don't
cut
wasn't
know.
it.
with them.
Kinemon cut it.
No, yeah, Kinemon's dead.
He left to get to his wife.
That nigga ain't there.
Wait, that's right. He did dip. That is right. Oh no. Oh, they
I
gonna
can't really think of. I mean, the only person who could have done anything if he was strong enough was Chopper with his guard point, but that ain't.
Yeah.
They're getting destroyed with that.
Nah. I don't even know. There's two possibilities I see happening. So Chopper is unlocking armament and using guard point. The second is raid suit Sanji.
I mean, it's too
we're not doing
soon.
this. Hey, we're not on that right now. Hey, I'm not finna
Hey,
do this. Listen,
one of those is happening, Hater. I'm gonna need you to get with it.
I'm not finna do this. We're not
I
on that
mean,
right now, fam.
I read somewhere that there was like a trap door at the bottom of the castle, so they probably just left there.
Oh, I
I
didn't.
didn't really go look.
See, the thing
Yeah, I
is,
didn't know nothing about that.
Shinobu there.
That boy Hassan lagging
And
right
Shinobu
now.
is the sneak master.
I mean, he's lagging because he has Bao's dick in his mouth.
Oh damn.
Oh
Oh
no, we're not finna do
no.
that.
Y'all read?
We're not finna.
Oh no.
We're not finna do that. Oh no.
The disrespect that I am hearing today. Goodness.
But no, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Odo's gonna write it to where they get blown away from each other, like the crew split up. You know how they that happens. Crew gets
I
split up
mean,
some
they
kind
should
of
have
way.
survived that just
So,
because it wasn't even that big of a blast.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't, but I mean, actually, no, and that's no, it was actually a big blast. Yeah, I think Kaido's a huge, like the blast like as big as Kaido's head, like that was a big blast. That was a whole Bishu bomb, fam.
That was probably like Frankie
That was a
level destruction right there.
nah, that was bigger to me, it was bigger, Frankie.
Because I
In my
mean,
humble
Frankie
opinion,
Frankie took that nuke on that island. So if he can take that nuke, he's taking that because it was definitely much bigger than that.
I don't know about all that. I think Kaido was bigger. I think the Bishu bomb was bigger. That's just me though. That's just how I feel. Cause like the man came in, like the man like just casually just blew. I guess he said that's his breath, whatever. I'm guessing. So I don't know. It's
That
weird.
was probably like one of his weakest attacks. Just here, let me just breathe on this castle and destroy it.
Shaking my head. I want to see what's the thing. I want to see more with this dude because I've been more again. This is mainly in Discord, but mainly I've been hearing that everybody's saying this is weakest form, which I don't even know how you can say that. I mean, it could be the strongest form, weakest. I don't know. But I'm actually more interested in seeing what more the Dragon form has to offer. Like, is it just can he just
Yeah,
shoot bombs?
he
Can
can
he do
fly.
other stuff? Yeah, of course he can fly. Like, he can do other things, but is that it? Like, I want, and then too, I want to know if this is a fruit or is this him? That's what else I think
That's
it'll
the
be cool
big
to find out.
question.
This is
'Cause I
him.
feel
Hey,
like it's
if this
him.
is him, then that's gonna change the whole game. This is him. That will change the entire game.
Yeah, I really feel like it's him. I feel like the Faber was Big Mom giving him the Oni fruit. Like at one point, she had his ass as a pet or something.
I mean, he doesn't even need.
Bro,
He has a dragon.
what's up with this Kaido pet stuff, man? We're not finna do this right now. We're not finna be on this.
And the
We
whole
not on that
Oni,
time right now.
if he's a dragon, he has the Oni devil fruit. What's the point of that? That's like redundant. Like dragons can transform into people. Like that's already like a myth.
I don't know about that.
Mm.
I,
Pretty much,
Yeah, I
if
don't
you
know.
give him an Oni devil fruit, it's pretty much giving him an ability he should already have.
I don't know. We don't know.
That's
Like, there's
let's
different
say
like
right.
dragons and shit like that. Like, we can't say every single dragon ability known to man is what the current dragons in One Piece have. But we do know dragons are a species in One Piece, and they probably do follow a certain list of abilities.
Facts. But my thing is how Oda is gonna
Oh no!
explain this man. Oh no. It just depends on how this man Oda's gonna um explain Kaido as far as his makeup.
Oh yeah, we don't need to
Like
explain
let's
all
say
of that
is this
because
dude let's say is this dude Kaido like a dragon? Is he a Oni? Is he like that's something I want to know. And then two, because it's happened this early. Because I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared and happy at the same time. This happened it's early because I'm trying to see where Oda's gonna go with this. Because we assume that Luffy's gonna get bodied next week. Like we assume he's gonna get bodied. We assume that like he's gonna just get slapped and put in the cage with Kid. That's what we assume.
Yeah, I hope,
I'm saying
when
that's it.
niggas add the cage with kid, it always kills me.
I hope he gets put in the
Hey,
cage. It gives everyone else a chance to shine in this arc.
listen,
I gotta put some respect on my
yeah, it's
nigga
talking about that
kid
too. That's the
name.
thing. If it gets in the cage, that means that the supernovas actually get some shine. Like it's not just a regular arc where there's more and more setup, and then everybody else comes together to help Luffy, defeat the big bad and help Luffy achieve his dream. Like at least now we can get a little bit. Hopefully, again, I'm assuming we get more backstory on the supernovas. I'm like more insight um, on a lot of people, and then too, hopefully, we get more insight on like Kid and Killer, and see what made them who they are. Like, because again, that's
I want
because
to know
Kid's
what
supposed to be
killer's
like
at
Luffy's
too.
rival. So like, hopefully, we get a lot more on them as well. So
Yeah,
I don't know. It
because right
depends on
now,
how Oda does it.
yeah, because right now the plot is that Kaido doesn't know that their whole crew is there. He just knows Luffy's there and everything like that. Like they don't know if they went on a solo mission. That leads me to believe that when they captured like Kid and all them, that Kid was the only one. Like he didn't have his whole crew with him. It was just him and Killer, because
No,
they're fellow
actually
supernovas
no.
and shit.
Actually, no. Kid's whole crew was there again. Because that was one of Kid's islands. Okay, his crew was there.
Oh, then nah, yeah, that nigga fucked
Yeah,
up.
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like Kyle just came and
Yeah,
just hey,
yeah.
so I say I don't know, but I just think I do know. I say this, I do know why this man Pooh and the Coggins bent the knee. We can at least see why they bent the knee.
Oh
We
yeah,
see
fuck
why now.
that. Yeah,
Like,
I wouldn't deal with that shit neither.
that's a whole fact. I'm
I,
not me
I
either,
like
but
that
I'm saying Killer.
interaction
Hey,
between.
kill the real one though. I give him that. He a real one for going against that nigga.
I
Yeah, I
He
like
mean,
the
was a bad
interaction
me.
between Jack and Hawkins though.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, he's
I
crazy.
mean, the way Hawkins though like said, yeah, they're up at the castle. I'm like, this motherfucker right here.
Yeah,
That was,
he was like, you thought I was bad. He's worse.
but no, but no. Hey, y'all notice how Hawkins and Jake low key had their whole. Not really Hawkins, but Jack switched up how he was. You notice that Jake turned to a whole intellectual, right? How he turned from being a
Like
savage to
suddenly,
intellectual.
yeah.
Like, listen, like, bro, like, this man Kyle got clout. I don't care about it. This man Kyle does have a lot of clout, man. This man Jack was over here trying to analyze things. He was over here trying to break the whole situation down. So, like,
Yeah, like I was say that nigga suddenly gained a brain. He wasn't just reckless no more. And
ex-
I was like, wait, what?
exactly, fam.
I was like, this don't fit your character. What's going on?
Exactly. That's why, again, now this name my thing. Now I'm trying to see how these other two calamities are and see how they interact with Kyle now. To me, it's funny like how everybody just like when Kyle pulls up, everybody switches up quickly. I don't know. I find
Mm-hmm.
that funny. I find that funny. Like it's where like to me it's worse the big mom. The big mom come around, everybody gets scared, but they don't switch up. Kaido, people actually like switch up who they are. Like even Shikamaru, they won't smoke. That man did those too. He didn't want no smoke.
He was about to do it though. He was like, all right, man, looks like I'm gonna have to prepare for battle. He was about to be with the shits. Don't sleep on my
Hey,
boy.
listen, that man. Hey, listen, I ain't sleeping. Hey, that man about to dip. He ain't want none. That's all I gotta say.
Look, he didn't want none, but he said if he had to,
man, he couldn't even. He was like high dipping Jack. He ain't doing
What
shit to
man? He
Kaido.
was about to fuck Jack up. Jack ain't
Man,
even want none.
he got the
Jack
first
was
sneak
getting
attack.
bandaged
Actually,
the fuck
He got
up
the
when
first
we
sneak
saw
attack,
him.
and then after
actually,
that,
actually, no, actually, no. Wait, I was saying, I don't think he got bandaged on was really his chest. He got his same bandages from when he pulled up. I don't think he got bandaged was his chest, but Jack was doing fine. To me, he was doing okay. He was doing fine with the Shikamaru. Like,
yeah,
like
and
yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of Luffy and Kaido. Like again, Shikamaru pulled up, caught him slipping, but then Jack, you know what I'm saying, shrugged it off and kept doing his thing.
Man, not only did he catch him slipping, he broke the nigga's sword.
And Jack,
That's
his
like to
thing,
catch you
Jack like.
slipping in the most
And Jack
disrespectful
killed
way.
fight. This thing, you can tell Jack didn't care because Jack kept fighting with the
He
broken
did.
sword. Like that man, Jack
It's-
was not worried about that. So,
yeah,
I don't know, man.
these haters are giving the Jack that L prematurely.
Oh no, listen. I say the community man has
I don't
been
know. I
funny
don't
all
even hate
day.
Jack. I just hate niggas riding that nigga dick. Cause I don't believe he's as great as everybody says he is. I think
But
he's decent. I feel like he would give like a decent amount of characters a run for their money. But I don't think he's keeping up with some of the like the samurai that were with like Orochi and all, like not Orochi, but what's the fucking nigga name? Odin and all them. I think them niggas can take him.
I would say listen from portrayal and what they big up Odin. I would agree with that.
Like
Yeah,
I think if that fight would have
I
went
want
on,
to see
Shoot
more, but
Tomorrow
yeah,
would have. Yeah, I feel like Shoot Tomorrow would have won if that fight would have continued.
yeah,
Because he was
I feel
talking
you.
shit the whole time. He was like, "Yo, if I could go against your boss and live, you ain't touching me, nigga." Like,
Right. That's a fact. But then Kyle pulled up, and man, Kyle said, hey, like he mirrored him, so I can tell he's strong because he remembers him. Then he said, hey, fam,
yeah,
that's what got me. This man said, hey, let bygones be bygones, fam. Like, go ahead, and join me, and we'd be all cool.
Actually, I expect Kaido to try to recruit Luffy. He's probably
You
gonna be
think
like,
so?
"Hey, you
No,
want to
no.
join?"
Nah,
Listen,
nah. That
he
nigga.
say he want their head. He say we want their heads. He
Yeah.
want them dead.
That nigga is mad.
That man won't. Actually, I
Hey
don't think he
man, you
mad.
just like 3 pages like before that he'll forget the past as long as you join his crew.
Man,
So
That's because he drunk though.
that was like
But
20 years ago.
but no,
20
he drunk.
years
This
ago
thing,
to
this
a
thing. That
recent
man drunk though.
activity.
No, that man. That man drunk though. Listen, that man's drunk right now. That man
Yeah.
litty right now.
Yeah. Think of it this
That's
way.
it.
Say you found out your girl sucked somebody else's dick 20 years ago, and then you found out somebody did that shit today. Which one you gonna be
This
more mad
nigga
about?
here. Both. Be honest.
neither.
Oh, see now you're lying. See this thing. I would get. I would be mad, but I'd be annoyed like that. Let's keep it there. I'll be annoyed.
Yeah, I mean me. When it comes to that, I just be like, yeah, you can get the fuck out the house now. That's it. I ain't gonna be mad at him forever.
Like I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just funny. Who is this?
Damn,
Oh,
everyone's
okay.
just dropped.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's okay. It's cool. It's all good. Keep talking. Just me and you. We'll be a tag team. But no, it's just Martin.
Pause.
From, I don't know. Has you? I guess these last two chapters for you. Have they got you hyped for Wano, or how you been feeling about Wano, fam? Like, what should we think?
I mean,
What you
guys,
think about this?
so far it's just like I'm just going through the motions. Like I don't hate it or anything, but it's just like nothing's really popped out other than Kaido being a dragon. That that's something that the One Piece community has been like theorizing about for like years. But other than that, it's just like
Yeah.
I'm just kind of waiting for the right now it's like the roller coaster. It's it's going up, but I'm just waiting for that thrill as soon as it goes down. And it's like that's pretty much it.
I mean, for me, it's been like I guess you say like a, I guess a steady, like
It's
I
like a
guess like a
steady
roller coaster.
six, seven rate chapters.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they've been to me like they've been like a lot of sixes and seven, like a lot of six and a half. I mean, like it's just been lackluster, just mid. But then these last two have been great. Like I mean, I got to see Kaido, so I'm happy about that. Like that's why I've been great to me. Because I got to see Kaido. I'm not really care much about anything else really. Like I'm saying Kaido, but
But yeah,
what
pretty
about
much. I'm just like waiting for everything to fall into place.
right? Well, that's the thing though. It's still early in the chapter in that arc though, so it means that like I'm excited because I'm again that means of different possibilities though, and like how this can go. Like this can go very well or very south, which is kind of scary to think about. But I'm just glad it's not the normal stick, I guess stick we get as far as like setup, conflict, setup, fight leads to a bigger fight than the next island. Like we can at least like now it's just like we got kind of off top. We got this man off rip. So what will Oda do? Like what's Oda gonna do as far as trying to I guess have a dynamic with Luffy Kaido, the crew. Since the crew I'm assuming is gonna be split up and doing their own separate things, and then two deal with the supernovas, Kinemon and his people, Inarashi Nekomamushi, even implementing Marco, probably Weevil, potentially Admiral too. Like it at least gives more like I guess more confidence and more hope in like staying high is all gonna break down. That's my whole thing. Like, I guess I have more confidence and like more optimism as far as like how it'll go since it's happening now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's gonna be like as soon as everything falls into place, it's gonna be freaking awesome. But it's just I'm still waiting for that.
Well, I
What's up,
don't.
Kenny?
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
can you hear me? Oh no,
Oh, that's fruit.
In the
the legend
house.
himself, the legend himself, Fruit.
I go
Hey,
by my nickname,
how's Bro Burger, fam? How's Burger doing, Fruit?
We need to chill out, bro.
Tell that to
Let's
Hassan
see.
in the chat.
Oh man, but no, can you? How you like the chapter, fam? What do you think about it? Now you say I know you got some smoke right now, fam. Now you got plenty of smoke to pass around.
I don't know, man. I don't think the chapter was bad, but like it had me feeling some sort of way. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was
same.
trolling. I was trolling hard today in the Discord.
Oh, I was too. Listen,
I could not help
I was
myself.
too.
I don't know because
It's like,
it really just depends on the consequence of like the last panel, right? Like if it turns into them running or like him getting captured, it's pretty trash. But if it's just like there's a way he could write it so it works out. Like if like maybe Law just swaps him out with a pebble and Kaido has no idea what happened or some shit, and then like so something like that. I don't know,
That
but
probably, but that'd be probably with Loki. That'd probably be trash too. To be honest,
it just
that
feels like
probably.
it's either gonna end up with Luffy getting captured or him running away, or it's gonna end up in some sort of like uneventful, like anticlimactic thing. It just doesn't feel like anything's gonna happen from it, which is what
So yeah,
bothers me.
as a, yeah, you can only go two of those two ways. Like either Luffy gets faded, like we assume he should, or he turns to a pirate king and somehow
I
gets away.
mean, that would be kind of. I mean, I'm cool if Kaido kind of toys with Luffy and kind of gives him a fight, but just
Even listen, even that would be cool. At least if Kyle was toying with him and not taking it serious, I'll be fine with that too. Just because at least it'll put the power scaling back in perspective. At least make Kyle look good and not look like pretty much a fodder or like all hype. Because that would kill for me. That would kill for me. That would really kill for me if this man was all hype. Like, Oda just hyped up for the last decade for nothing. That would legit piss me off. I ain't gonna hold you. That would piss me off.
I mean, I'm almost certain that like there's no fight happening like at all.
yeah, I'm of that opinion too.
That's just why like I don't know. I just feel like nothing happened in this chapter really. Like what act like we got like a little bit of Jack characterization or something, and like what else really happened in the chapter that is going to have like
Uh,
consequence. Like he
Nothing.
blew up the castle, but do you guys think anybody got hurt or like no? I don't.
Actually, I think they all died.
Yeah, I think that actually they all died. It's best chapter.
Nah, you know what time it is. Nothing. You know what time it is with that, fam. You
Ritsu
know, for that to
Sanji.
my
And
body.
then of course Brooks is gonna come back and be like, "I was already dead in the first place." Yo,
Yo, you know what time? Yeah, you know what's gonna happen. But I don't like I said, King. I'm with you, King. I don't. I'm more so. I won't say worried because I'm also happy too. Because in my mind, like I'm trying to be as positive as I can, thinking like this man Oda will give the other characters shine, so we get more Supernova shine, Calamity shine, probably Admiral shine. Like we'll get a whole bunch of just shine for other characters, and not just Luffy love or Zoro love. Hopefully, but this is me being optimistic. You know, that's just what I'm thinking or hoping Oda will do. But you never know.
actually, Oda needs to
Hey
do something
yo,
with
that's
Chopper.
my boy Durs. What's good, fam? Is man Durs here? This man Durs walking around.
Oh yeah, but Oda needs to do something with Chopper though. Like he needs to change his status from mascot to beast again.
Bro, Chopper is just fine right now, fam. Like Chopper knows it's fine. His time will come. His time will come, fam. So don't worry about it. Chopper's time will come.
I
Like,
mean, a chapter ago
Dursley?
they're telling us that he was supposed to go to Inu or Neku, whoever they said. But I don't. It just seems like all those last two chapters they were talking about all these plans they had for people going places and all this stuff, and just like if you can't take down Kaido in the end, like does it matter? Like all these plans, like I don't know.
No, no, it doesn't. That's the thing. Again, now we know the plan screwed. Well, right now, the plan's gonna be screwed as of right now, just because they got cut
I
off
mean, I don't
off
think it's
day one.
screwed because I
No, the
mean,
plan. Or
at the moment, they Kaido doesn't really know that they're actually there, and if they get away, then the plan is still good to go.
actually, he does know they're there because what's called told him.
No, he
Yeah,
said
can y'all hear me
what's
now?
good? Yeah, you know what's good, Durst?
Okay, man. I don't know what the fuck. Let's just hung up for a second. But yeah, man,
Oh.
that boy Kaido got hit on top of his fucking dome piece.
Yeah, man, hey, you
That
got caught
nigga,
lacking, fam.
that
You got
nigga
caught
bent
lacking.
Kaido head up. Kaido head looking like a flat tire, boy. Like what the fuck?
Oh no, bruh.
That's
Kaido
just
got
like
caught lacking.
it's the most like
Yeah.
easily memeable panel like of
Yo, what's
the
good, so?
year, man.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
No, the best panel was Kaido's face. We turned to that drunk uncle. That was the best panel this whole
Oh
year.
yeah.
That was the best panel of the year.
Mario! I
Oh,
remember you. But that's all in the past now, nigga. Join my crew.
I mean, honestly, the realest nigga award for the chapter goes to Shoot Tomorrow. Like he,
Of course.
nigga was just like, hey, wait a minute, ain't I seen this bitch ass nigga before already? And you
hey,
just see a little
no,
panel in the background of this nigga fading this motherfucker Kaido. Like, who are you, bro?
no, he didn't fail. Listen, Kaido, listen, man, Kaido got jumped. It
Who
was
are you?
Shikamaru or somebody else.
I
That
don't
man got
know.
jumped.
I don't know.
Oh, so everybody just
That man
jumping
got
Kaido
jumped.
now?
Yeah. Kaido apparently, man, like he just get jumped. That's apparently
Kaido,
that's how it go, man.
Kaido the drunk, no, Kaido the drunk uncle. But listen, I don't think he's drunk. Uncle don't care about nothing. He just gonna have his drink, and be his own zone, and not give a damn about anything else. That's what Kaido. That's what I think Kaido is. To be honest,
Man,
that's just
but
who
you
he
know what,
is.
man? Like the chapter was good and all, but like I ain't really been caring too much about it. Cause I've been on that Red Dead so hard.
Yeah, boy.
I ain't giving a fuck about this damn chapter.
Yeah, boy.
Like, but what I do like think about the chapter that it is a bit confusing. I will say that because like if like answer this question for me. What was the
Mm.
reason that Luffy attacked Kaido?
Uh, well, he was running towards Kaido for some unknown reason, but I think the reason he hit him was because of the attack that he launched against Golden
Yeah,
Castle.
I
Okay,
think
so he was mad because
Yeah,
his friends got
pretty
destroyed or
much,
whatever.
yeah.
So
pretty much,
why
yeah.
didn't he just
That's
go
what it
get
is.
fourth if he was really mad?
I I couldn't tell you, fam.
I don't know. He
How
probably
you
didn't feel
doing?
like he
Can I
needed.
have number six, only lettuce and pickles?
yeah.
This
I
man,
mean,
There's. I need you to
he would
mute
have
yourself,
hit him
Durst.
with the King Kong gun. That would have made me feel better about the chapter. But it's just like he got hit with an elephant gun and he just got rocked.
People need to
Can't be wrong
understand
about
that. This is
Um, only lettuce and pickle.
this nigga Durst, man.
This man, Durst.
Let me have strawberry
He
lemonade.
don't give a fuck me, but he really look at the camera and
Man,
ain't say nothing.
hey, that's why. Hey, it is what it
Anyway,
is, man.
here's what I'm saying. Like,
Hey,
I think Oda
That's
draws
all.
a panel like that in that sort of way.
All right, thank you.
I think because of like the buildup that he made for Kaido going
I not back to what I was saying. Like, why didn't he just go gear fourth?
hold on,
Like, if he
hold on,
really was
Durst.
upset, huh?
I don't like Durst. We can't tell you Durst because you know we can't tell you that. We're not older. We can't tell you why that man go gear for it.
Yeah,
Like
it's trash.
he's got a gun.
Well, I'm not gonna say it's trash because I did enjoy this chapter, but it's just confusing. Like we see this fucking nigga Kaido do this big ass fucking attack and destroy this fucking
I don't think
castle,
it's that
and
confusing.
then he get hit with a gear third punch when we know for a fact that gear second and gear third are mostly used for fodder nowadays.
Like
Yeah,
elephant
but
gun's like a Caesar level attack.
I don't think it's that. It's that I forget what word to use, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I think he does it like he exaggerates like that. I mean, I don't even want to call it an exaggeration for the sake of this conversation. He exaggerates like that for a reason. Like because like all of the buildup that he gave on Kaido, building him up like to be this unbeatable tank, like just tanky fucking beast that'll just never fucking die. I think he gave us this hard hitting panel to show us, despite all of that shit that I just told y'all,
Luffy the Power King.
he could still be touched. Pretty much.
Pretty
Nah,
much, yeah.
but basically all he did was he built up Kaido all that shit just to unzip the pants and just suck the fuck out of Luffy. That's all that was.
No, this is the thing. I want motion. I think it's just to show that this man can be touched, even though he's supposed to be the best, the best nigga
Nah,
that run a
but what I'm
main
saying is
split.
that when they showcase that he can be touched, they use Luffy. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, of course, Great Pirate King. You know what time it is. You know how that
I
how it
know.
go. He's Pirate King.
That's what I'm
I just
saying.
don't want this.
Like it's just like
Okay.
of course like we're following him. He's our main protagonist, so we can't really be upset by that. But it's just that Luffy always goes against the meta. You know, like there'd be like some shit that's concrete set in stone about the universe in One Piece. Luffy don't give a fuck about it. He's gonna do the opposite of what the fuck is said. And it's
Well,
just
take a
I don't
king.
know.
I don't know.
It's just this one is just a little too confusing for me. Like normally I'm like, it's Luffy, but this was like, it's Kaido?
Oda
Like
really,
question mark?
I think Oda really wants to show us that these motherfuckers can be touched after 20 years of essentially hyping these motherfuckers out the ass.
But I mean, we see that those thing. I was like, I don't know why we listen. We saw that they can be touched with Big Mom. We saw that they can be touched with Big Mom. We
Of
seen
course,
that.
motherfuckers ain't like it with Big Mom
I
neither.
mean, Luffy did
I
jack
mean,
shit, Big Mom, bro.
yeah,
I mean,
he pulled out Gear 4 and didn't do shit.
like
But not even
she
that.
was
You
giving
say
like
you say we had Jinbei. We had Jinbei push her back in, just push her back. Didn't have
Cause
her
Jinbei is
push her
the
back.
god.
No,
Jinbei, no,
no Durst.
yeah,
Then we
but
had Nami, Brook, and what Chopper team up and knock her, almost kill her pretty much.
we know she wasn't like 100%. Obviously, I mean,
I mean, they
Man,
Of
didn't
course,
even
yeah,
almost
of course,
kill
yeah,
her.
of course.
They just cut Zeus, and Zeus isn't really like Yonko too.
cause Jinbei is the god.
I just don't want this
Here
freaking drinking thing to be like a
Like
no, it
factor in
nerds.
is.
Luffy beating him
No,
at
listen,
all.
listen. It is.
I do not.
Listen, fam. Listen, it is. Listen, go ahead. Listen, Kenya. Go ahead and get used to it, fam. It's gonna be a nerf or something that's gonna affect
It's
Kaido.
just like it's cool. That's part of his character. He drinks a lot. He's got like a lighter side to him. He's not always like serious and like killing people and shit. He's like drunk, but like I do not want that to be a factor in Luffy winning the fight. I don't. I really please Oda no anything but that.
I
I mean, probably
mean,
be a factor, but it's gonna be play a big role. And for us, Kaido doing dumb stuff and
Uh,
probably not taking nobody serious. I'm pretty sure.
better.
all right,
Right,
thank
that's
you.
gonna be his nerf. That's why he's gonna be a
All
dumbass
right. You have a good
because he
night.
drink. Like, listen, thing, this man pulled up like he finna fade the entire city. He pulls up, and in a blink of an eye, it turns to your drunk uncle and says, "Let bygones be bygones. We can be cool." Like, come on now, fam.
I thought that was
This
genuinely
man.
funny though.
Oh, it was
It
funny.
was.
To me, it was funny.
It
To me, it was funny.
was. Boy, that shit was funny. Cause I'm like, yo, cause remember I was on the notion that one of my theories that Shootsmar was gonna get bodied. So I was like, yo, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And that shit just came completely out of left field. And I laughed. I died. Like, yo.
Exactly.
It's just like what's his name? Shooting Maru is like he's a dude who would just see Jack and who'd be like, "Oh, I got this." He saw Kaido. He's like, "All right, guys, get the fuck out. We're gone. Not dealing with this guy again." And oh my god, like
Exactly. I don't know. Wait, hey, I don't know. This is more Durst and Soap. Because I asked this, as with the King and Mark. What's your opinions on? I guess now. I guess what are your opinions on the portrayal of the Yonko? I guess because of how Oda
My
making
opinion of
everybody get touched.
The Yonko have not changed. I've been very clear about the Yonko. They are not these unstoppable fucking forces that everyone makes them seem to be. Yeah, there are times in the stories where people say he's the world's strongest man, he is the world's strongest creature. This person has an iron.
Well,
Yada
I
yada
mean,
yada. There's
or
some
maybe
Well,
just
you're
maybe
right
Oda
about
will just
three
overhype
aspects.
shit.
Hold on. Those things are true to a degree, but to act like those are finite truths and they were absolute, and there is nothing you can do to these people, that there is no attack that can be landed on these motherfuckers, and that these motherfuckers cannot be stopped, is absurd to me. And I never
Well,
understood that to his face.
we're
well,
getting to the point in the story
well,
where our main
my
characters are
opinion,
getting strong
like,
enough
like
to
to be
actually
real,
flicking shit.
my opinion on the Yonkos, actually, my opinion of
Am I?
Kaido is higher than what it was from this chapter. I still say Big
How
Mom.
so?
I think Big Mom is trash. Yeah, I know that. I think that bitch is trash. But with
mm,
Kaido, like, of course Luffy punched that nigga, but goddamn, we got to see the display of power too. Like niggas is like seem to be overshadowed by the punch that he got on. Like right before that, that nigga literally just disintegrated the fucking castle with no problem.
I
Cause
mean, he's
before
good
this, like
value.
a lot of people were like, "Dusty, what you think about Kaido? What you think about Kaido?" I said, "Nigga, I don't fucking know. He ain't showing me shit." But now I'm finally starting to see shit. And yes, he took a punch, but it ain't like that nigga got knocked out. He just took a fucking punch. So it don't look negative against him anyway. If I'm speaking on a non-trolly tip,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm gonna say, but again, I disagree with you saying people are
but
trash.
for the
Hey,
troll in me,
I disagree
Kaido's
as well.
trash. He got knocked out.
He
yeah,
didn't
of
get
course.
knocked out.
Listen. If you troll, is Kaido trash. Kaido and Yonko are trash. So we going on troll tip. All
I
Yonko are
mean,
Yo, am I
trash.
muted?
Kaido.
to me,
No, you're not.
portrayal
No, you're not. I
portrayal of
give you title. You
Yonko.
know, you title. You just trash. That's all.
Yeah, the portrayal of Yonko to me is like they're extremely powerful, but they have weakness, or they have a weakness, and that's pretty much.
And like we're
But the
I
seeing
don't,
thing,
I
it,
don't know
I
how
think
I feel
I
about
think
that.
people are having a hard time seeing those weaknesses played out because they seem so ridiculous. Like, yeah, like we still like that's why I don't like power ranking conversations because a lot of the times the flaw is not in these people's strengths, it's who they are as a fucking person. That's why these
facts.
motherfuckers go down. You know what I'm saying? So we like all of these aspects come into play when we're going into battles, especially against these top tiers. You know what I'm saying? Like these are day long fights. It's not that these motherfuckers aren't strong enough. Clearly, they're fucking strong. It's what's going up in their head. You know what I'm saying? How they move, what they think, how their actions are dictated. The fact that Kaido is sitting here doing that goofy ass smile, that is the cornerstone of what this arc is going to be. Is Kaido doing dumb shit like that because he's drunk?
Sadly, yeah. I mean, I hate to say, it, but yeah, sadly, yeah. Like, that's what I think. That's what I think. So this is what I feel. I'm cool with them having their own little quirks, like their personality pitfalls that hurt them. But if it's something that is like an actual like nerf, that's why I have an issue with. Like Big Mom can have her food cravings or whatever, that's fine. But if it actually like nerfs her, makes her more trash than what she is,
trash,
that's what for me I have
If
an
it
issue
makes
with.
it sensual to his
trash,
boys, and it's kind of
Well,
big,
I think you
big
guys are
trash.
I think you guys are overstating these nerfs. Mama's
No,
nerf probably isn't going to happen ever again, and I don't think Kaido's drunkenness is a nerf necessarily. I think it's a personality quirk, but to imply that it's going to make him weak or whatever, it's still too early to say that.
well, I will agree with you on the point where Big Mom's nerf probably won't happen again. But the fact is that it is a possibility. Like, nigga, if she really wants some food and somebody fuck up that food and there's nobody else to remake that food, what's gonna happen?
But what are the odds of Oda reusing
It,
that
it,
plot point?
it's not. I
It,
mean,
it,
very.
ain't,
He's
it
not
ain't
going to
about the
reuse the
odds of
same plot
older or
point.
nothing. It's about what he gave us.
I think like looking at Whole Cake in specific, I think there are a lot of things. Like I think yeah, like he had to show us that because something with food and cooking when we go up against Big Mom again will probably come into play. Like I would be surprised if it didn't. But I think another major thing is the relationship between Big Mom and her children. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's a major weakness to the integrity of her crew. That
I
by
don't
putting
know.
them
I'm
in,
thinking it in terms of sheer combat strength, which is why these Yonkos
right.
are Yonko.
That's what I'm saying
Eh,
though. Like I don't like combat strength. There is no argument at who's at the pinnacle. Those four are. That's why I'm saying that all of these other things, the relationship between her and her crew, and her overall character flaw, are sort of the things that we need to focus on instead of their overall strength. Because their strength, we're just gonna spin circles about that because we all agree that these motherfuckers
Trash.
are strong.
ah,
Oh,
Does that
So,
make sense? I know it's bittersweet but like that. I feel like that's the reality we're
so
looking
you sound like you in a toilet bowl. I can't understand nothing you're
yeah, I
saying.
know.
yeah, yeah.
I was
You
I was giving
trying
other
out.
niggas the opportunity if they could make you out to respond, but I
I
didn't
was
hear a
trying
damn
to.
thing.
at.
Uh,
Can you hear me
hold
now?
on, wait. This yeah, we can get down. This trash man gonna come back. No, John, leave, fam. You left. Don't come back, fam.
My bad,
Don't
dog.
come
My
back, John.
bad.
Nah, B.
My bad. You act like shit gonna happen, hater.
Nah, what's good? What's good, fam? Hey,
What's good?
what's good, brother Luffy? What's good, brother? What's good,
What's up?
bro?
What's up? I'm just
Yeah, no, but
listening.
I mean,
I was saying, bro, like you don't
Letting everybody
like
talk.
like I'm saying I don't I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. My problem is that when we look at it from their strength, like we're not gonna fucking disagree because these motherfuckers are strong. They're at the pinnacle. They're at the top. But a lot of the debate, the disagreement we have when we see these people in their habitat, we're going up against them. Their downfalls are rooted in
Betrayals.
dynamics between them and their crew, and overall just how their character is and the flaws within that. Like Big Mom,
But
yeah,
Goddamn
but
she
betrayals.
but you're basing that assumption on all four of these the arc Yako arcs that we're gonna get off of
No.
Big Moms, and Big
I
Moms is
mean,
part one of two anyway. We're gonna get another arc with her where she's not nerfed, and there's no indication so far that Kaido's gonna go through the same situation. We just haven't seen enough of the
well,
story to see
but
what
the thing,
direction
but
he's
the
going
thing
with
is
this.
though, we had a whole arc dedicated to Big Mom, and we can't forget about that in hopes of things to come. No, nigga, we got the ink on the paper right now, and she's looking quite
I'm
garbage.
I'm not gonna
Wait,
say it's gonna.
what?
I'm not saying it's a
Yes.
copy and paste
Hold on, wait,
of like a
I'm sorry.
copy and paste scenario of what happened with Big Mom. Like I don't think that's what's gonna
Do
happen.
Hold
you
on,
really think
But
Big Mom
I
trash?
think I
hold
think
on,
the
Yes.
strength that I think the strength that
Darius,
Kaido,
I asked how though, Darius, again, how is she, like,
How? Because so far she has
Hold up.
trumped Kaido in every category so far from what we've seen.
No, she hasn't.
Even in destructive capability, her
No,
destructive
no.
capabilities.
But the thing, but hold up. I think you
Let me answer.
confused. I'm not comparing the two. I'm just talking about her as a character is supposed to be a Yonko of this verse. Her
Her
individually looks garbage.
no, her only
Strength
down.
wise or character
No, wait,
wise?
I'm asking,
No,
wait,
Nick,
I'm
can
asking
y'all
how.
not hear?
Yeah,
Okay,
he's saying his
ask
character.
away.
No,
Yeah,
I said,
character.
yeah, okay, good.
Like
I go with
there's
that.
Oh,
no doubt that
character is
she's
fine.
strong as fuck. There's
Okay.
no doubt she's strong as fuck, but her character is fucking garbage.
Yeah, that's a fact. I go with that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a fact.
she's
I
She's
mean,
fucking
trash.
to
trash.
me, and I've said this before, I feel like all villains in One Piece are trash, with the exception of Blackbeard in terms of
Nah,
character. They are all
nah.
cookie cutter evil. They do the most evil option every single time. You can
No, Big
predict
Mom's
what
not
they
cookie
will
cutter
do
though.
on any given scenario based on them
Big
automatically doing the
I'm
most
retarded.
evil thing.
Yeah,
Big
I agree
Mom
with
I
you.
wasn't
I'm
really
mean,
retarded with
cookie
that.
cutter.
as I say,
She was
as
quite
a
different.
villain and her motivation, she's good. But I'm
Yeah,
talking
like
about
so
like her
she.
character as a whole, like as far as like her fucking portrayal and like her dynamics with her crew, like what we actually get based on what the world knows about her, like it's just fucking garbage.
You're gonna have to break down some details because those are all general statements. What
I
about
the
her is trash?
All right, details. Boom. Like I said, the about what we actually get from her, and the and contrast to what the world says about her. Because before we even met her, the entire time we think, oh, Big Mom, she got this big information network to where she knows about all your fucking secrets and shit, and you gotta show up to this thing or you're gonna get your head in a box because she just knows all the shit. And then we get her, and she's basically like a fucking giant person with fucking autism. Like she's fucking retarded. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can sit here and say that she's not. I don't give a damn. That bitch is retarded to me. And like you would think that somebody who's supposed to have this big ass information network would be a smart person. No,
Yeah,
that bitch is dumb.
she is
That
No,
kind
bitch
of
that's
is
not
dumb.
true.
Like
degenerate.
That's not
straight up.
true though.
Like
You can be
everyone fears
How
leadership
her,
about
and
that?
not
but they
be
I
don't
mean,
you know.
I don't think like
Nah.
my criticism of Big Mom is that she was very, well, she was overly calculating. Let me put it that way. Like she always felt like she needed one more thing before she could roll up on anybody. Every example I saw was motherfuckers pulled up on you. You couldn't catch the motherfucker to do anything about it. You needed you was talking tough shit about, oh, you could have been this big bitch, but not until you got the motherfucking giant with you. That's the only time you could have really been something. Like that, all of that just builds up to me like someone that's just not about that action.
But she
Uh,
was.
nah.
That's what a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
think
people
you guys
miss.
are really
But
exaggerating.
let me
Like
go
Luffy's
back.
situation was highly unique.
Even when she told Luffy to pull up and Luffy pulled up, she didn't go to him herself. At least Kaido did
No,
that.
no, no. That was not her plan. She wasn't gonna go to her himself.
I mean,
Yeah,
Herself.
she was getting
She was
ready.
gonna
She
sit.
had
Yeah.
plans, nigga. She was getting ready to marry her daughter off.
yeah,
She had things to do.
she had
She sends her
confidence.
subordinates It had already been established that she sent her subordinates to take care of these intruders, and no one has ever reached whole cake before. So if her subordinates were always able to keep everybody at bay, why would she switch it up because some rookie is coming
Wait,
around?
no,
Yeah, the
and,
only
that, and
reason
hey,
Luffy and
hold
all
up.
them got as far is because
And
she
that goes
allowed them.
back to another point that I have about why she's fucking trash. Her relationship with her crew. Just like you said,
Like pretty much.
nobody's ever gotten past her subordinates, blah 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 blah. But they're so fucking terrified of her is that when they do get past her, they gonna lie to her face.
Yeah,
Like,
but
That's
Yeah,
nah,
exactly
that's
what
that's
Smoothie
definitely
nah,
did.
a
but
big
That
issue.
was
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
that
what
I
was
still
Smoothie
don't
did.
think that implies that she's not doesn't have a good relationship with her crew. Her crew still
that is a
loves
big
her.
character
that
flaw.
directly says it.
Yeah,
well,
that's a big character flaw on their part.
I'm
No,
So
not
all you
gonna
got
argue
is
clear
with
that they
opera.
would
bro.
All you got is
jeopardize
opera lying to her.
everything.
That's it.
No, Smoothie did too.
I mean,
No,
the only the
and
only
Paris Sparrow.
the
Yeah,
only
Paris
Pearl
cop
Sparrow
Sparrow
too.
straight line to
Goodman
her.
I
is
mean,
Yeah.
He big lied to her.
come
that
on.
girl.
That has to do with the story though, because she was crazy,
What
and
you mean?
he was trying to save his family from her destroying
And
everything. There
hey,
was a
listen,
reason
And
for that line.
and that's what I'm talking about.
But you can't base her
There's so
personality based on that plot point where
why
she
not?
loses her mind for food. You
yes, you
can't base
can.
her personality on that plot
Yes,
point.
I can.
That's the story, fam. Listen,
And
that's a
look again. I thought it. That right there leads into another point of why she's trash. Because he goes crazy with all fucking food. That indeed it is situational, but the fact is that all it takes is for somebody to fuck up the food that she really wants, and nobody there to replace that food, and boom, now her family has to lie to her in order to get her not to fucking kill them, and like that shit is fucking garbage, like
No, no,
No,
I
straight
mean,
up.
I want to say
I
I
Yes,
want
can't,
to say
I
this first,
cannot,
but
I cannot base her
that's
let me
what I disagree
personality
with us.
based
Yeah,
off
that's
a
what I disagree. I
one
mean,
plot line. I'm not going to say every time Big Mom is involved in a situation, someone is going to take some food away from her,
I
and she's
never
going to
said
go
every
into this
time.
rant.
What
Like
I'm saying is,
that's a one time thing. And there was a variety of factors that went into that. Where the last photo of her mother was broken right in front of her. It was on a wedding day when she was going to get a cake that she's been looking forward to for years. Like that was a very situational thing,
That
yes,
hundred
and
pins
like,
is
but
that
that
was
is
the first
never
my
time that
going
thing
to
has
is
happened
happen.
though,
like that.
like, have you not been
That was
listening
a
to me?
plot line.
But have you not been listening to me? Because I didn't say that it wasn't a situation. I wasn't saying that's going
You
to
said
happen a
all you
lot.
have to do is fuck
No,
up
no,
her food.
let me
No, no,
finish.
he did say situations.
No, no, what I'm saying is, even though this is a very situational thing, is the fact that that simple thing has so much of an impact. Like,
It
like
wasn't a
that one
simple
thing.
thing.
That is a simple thing.
It isn't because that simple thing involved
It's a
planning a
simple.
wedding for her daughter, having
Uh,
a cake involved, finding a picture of her mom, destroying that
what?
picture in front, and then
Okay,
putting the
okay.
shattered picture in her face.
Nigga, I'm not worried about the
That's not a
picture because
simple
hey,
thing.
look, I'm not worried about the picture because she been screaming wedding cake for the past 30 chapters. Ain't worried about that fucking picture. She ain't worried about that damn picture. That shit only allowed her defenses to go down for a little bit of seconds. But anyway, now let me get back to what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying simple in theory. Like, I'm not saying that you gotta create the whole entire fucking situation again. But I'm saying all you gotta do is him saying if she really wants this specific thing, because they literally explained that if she wants this specific thing and can't get it, that's when she goes crazy. If you go back to the motherfucking art, they literally break it down and say that is the problem, which is simple in theory. Not saying that there's just people out in the world that's going to be able to destroy her food. No. And it's not going to happen often. But the fact is, if it does happen, it has such big, grave
It's a
consequences,
glaring
not
weakness.
only for her, but her crew.
Yeah, it's a glaring weakness. I think that's the point of it. Like, not to say
yeah,
that
it is.
I
if he
don't think
does
having a
anything,
glaring
I,
weakness is a
I don't think. I think
character
that
flaw.
that's the how
No,
No, no,
it,
it's a
it,
no.
it's a
Look, look.
flaw
Hey,
in the.
real quick,
Nah,
real
I'm
quick.
sorry,
I
y'all.
Hey,
think you
real
guys are
quick. Hey, so
misinterpreting
I'm
a
gonna give it to
character
you.
flaw and
that
a
is
plot flaw.
major weakness. That
I
is
agree.
But check this out. Look, the thing is, it's not bad to have a glaring weakness, but a glaring weakness that somebody can directly implement, like if somebody come in and knock over your fucking cake, then you just go fucking ballistic. That's
Well,
fucking trash.
that's
That's
increasingly
more like a
difficult
weakness
to
to
pull
power,
off,
not
though.
like a character
That's a
though.
really hard
Uh,
situation to pull off.
I know it's hard to pull off. I'm not
And a
denying that, but
situation
it's
that
the
will
fact
never
that
happen
if it
again.
happens,
So it's not
how do
if
you
it's a
know?
one time
Are
thing,
you
that's not a
older?
character flaw to me.
How do you know?
Come on, common sense, man. Oda isn't gonna do
No,
the
it ain't no.
same
You don't know.
exact
because
You
plot
you
point
she
don't
was a
twice in a
know.
she
row.
was a pirate
Did
for
you
over
know
50
that
years and it
Luffy
never
was gonna
happened
punch
before that.
Kaido? Hey, we don't know.
Yeah,
Actually,
Like
man,
we can't tell the
that
future.
we don't know.
Like I'm
Yeah, we don't know
saying.
an unforeseen outcome, but we know that
Exactly.
Oda has never reused a plot point twice in a row with the same
And
character.
and
I will bet my life that the same thing that happened to Mama and Whole Cake never happens again. I am that confident because I have my
well,
issues with Oda, but he is not that bad of a writer to do the
It's
same
a
thing
well,
two
you know
times
what?
in a row.
You can bet your life on shit that we don't know gonna happen. I'm just telling you about the ink on the page. That's what I'm telling you.
The ink on the page that I don't know what to say.
Exactly,
I
because
don't.
it's the
Does
truth.
anybody else in here honestly believe that Oda is going to reuse her going crazy and
Nobody
having to
is
chase
saying that.
food again?
Nobody's
No,
arguing
not at
for
all.
that.
I don't think she's
I
gonna
mean, I
chase
don't know.
food, but I think
But
hunger
I
pains will
think the
kick
big
in
mom that
again.
we see from now on for the rest of the story is going to be the competent big mom that
Yeah,
what I'm saying
is
is
the
completely
nobody
agree.
is
diabolical big
arguing whether
mom.
they're gonna do that again.
I don't
I'm
know.
just saying that is
I think
part
she will
of
have a
her
hunger pain
character.
again. I
Yeah,
can see him getting a hunger pain
yeah. But I
again.
mean, I don't know. Here's my thing with I'm with Dustin on this point is that literally at any moment in time she could crave anything. Like we saw us when we first got into whole cake into whole cake. Like she literally
Yeah.
was craving some croco
Croaker,
croco
Crocam
Throw
something.
Rosa,
Croaker
some
yeah.
said,
booze. And my boy
Yeah,
Jinbei
croco
pulled up
boost.
and threw that shit in her mouth.
So yeah, so that
Pause.
like again, and so again, at any point in time, like she can't go crazy, like nothing again. Like
But
Toddy said,
if she
it
does
won't
go
happen that much.
crazy, it's going to be nullified because we want to
How?
see a fully strength Big Mom. Oda is not
That's
going to give Big Mom in front of us and nerf her again.
but Toddy,
yeah, well, I solely believe 100% that the next time we see Big Mom throughout the rest of the
Full
story, it's going to be
strength.
competent Big Mom that like we were talking to on
but wait,
Fishman
Toddy,
Island.
but Toddy's saying we get that again. Darcy agrees with that point that we might see her become to be saying that based off her character and who she is at any point in time, just as a character, she can go retarded and go dumb
Yeah, like
over
that,
Yeah,
something.
100%.
that is that is
That's a
on her that's
100%
on her
fact that can
resume.
happen at
Like
any
So
like
point.
she
That's
should
like
stupid.
consider that
saying
shit.
that to me, the reason why that sounds so ridiculous is you can take any situation in this series and say that at any given time that can happen again. Case in point, what's his name? Blackbeard underestimated Magellan and got one shot. You cannot say, oh, he's prone to underestimating his opponents and getting one shot. He's done it.
But
He's done
not,
it before. It's going
but
to
you
happen again.
know,
No,
like
it's just
but you
one
know
individual
like how
plot line.
different that is. You know how different because underestimating has to come from an individual who deliberately does that. Her shit is she has no control over that.
Yeah. Like her hunger pains kick in at random. That's
Yeah,
the
like she
pro-
has
That's
no
the
control
one
over that.
downside about her that I've always noticed.
Word.
If that
Like the
motherfucker
fuck?
kicks in the middle of a fight, not to say that it will,
It's
but who
in
knows?
that whole out there.
Yeah, like and then she out there going crazy. Like she's still damn near impenetrable, but like as time progresses, that starts to dwindle
I mean,
down a bit.
And
she's as time progresses, she's like a shell of her former self.
Yeah,
She's more vulnerable. She's weaker. She doesn't have control over her homies. Her homies get weaker. It's just an all around nerf.
yeah,
I just cannot suspend my belief enough to think that Oda is going to reuse that exact same thing. And because I don't think he will reuse that, I cannot count that as a character flaw. I just call it a plot point, albeit a very poorly written plot point. But I can't attach that to her character and say her character flaw is that she's always going to get hungry and go on these rampages.
Yeah,
but
like
that's
the
It
the
that's
doesn't make sense
literally
to
concept
what
me.
he
the
but that's
concept
literally what
of
they
it, like
told
you
us
could have
though.
wrote it a
yeah. I
lot
was about to
better,
say
but
Yeah,
yeah.
she
I
not in
has
mean,
that
hunger
concept.
pains. She
Yeah,
has
that's
hunger
literally
pains,
what
my
they
guy. What are
told
you
us.
talking about?
She had a hunger pain.
No,
Now
No,
she has
like that's
hunger
part
pangs
of the
on the regular,
character.
but they
yeah,
until
yeah,
that
you
point in the
got it.
story,
You got it. You got it.
they
She
had
had.
always pacified the hunger pain. Never before has the hunger pain went on to the extent that it did until Whole Cake Island. So she
The,
has hunger pangs, but what she
the
doesn't
first
have
time it happened,
is
she snapped
extended
on some
hunger
Elbaf
pains.
giants. What you talking about?
But it
yeah,
She
wasn't
got
she
a
was
extended.
messing
whole
shit up.
She got fed
uh,
within like 10
yeah,
minutes.
nigga. Yeah, nigga. She got fed. The cake wasn't
Yeah,
made.
The whole Cake
What do you?
Island was the only time she went without food
Yes,
and got to the point where she was
because
barely
the
eating.
That's
specific
the point
thing
they're trying to
because the
say. Like,
specific
is
thing was not made. It had to be made, so that's why it extended.
yeah, like
Yes,
if
ma'am.
say this happens and there's no one there to make her something to where this hunger
That's not
pain
gonna happen
is.
again.
No. I'm
It's a
just
plot
saying.
The
Like,
line.
hunger pains
say
can
she's
happen
in a
again. Yes, they
yeah. I'm
can.
about to say
Yes, they
yeah.
can.
I'm about to say if she's in a fight,
This
It
they're not
nigga
happened
gonna
here.
throughout her
allow
life.
her.
I don't understand
We're
how
talking
they.
about extended, where she goes without food for a
But
That's what I'm
long
saying.
so,
time.
If she's
but it
fighting
will
someone,
happen
what's
if it's a
stopping them to
strict.
let her eat?
That's
Go
so
ahead, Jeff.
dumb.
Why
That's
would
like
they
saying the
stop to
next time
let
we
her
see
eat?
Doflamingo, he definitely is going to get stabbed in the stomach with a gamma knife. It's like any plot line.
What?
No,
No.
but
Like
That's
wait,
not how it
Otis
wait,
has
hold
not
on,
shown a
Wait,
trend
you
of.
reaching now, fam.
that's not how they
Yeah,
do
you
it.
reaching
To me, it
hard.
sounds exactly the same. To assume that the
Yo,
a plot line
hold
is
on.
going to be
Who's
reused.
echoing? Who is that?
A
that's
see,
Mo.
Toddy,
yeah,
Toddy, you
somebody's
keep
playing.
No,
going back.
Mute yourself.
so listen, let me say
Hey,
so.
but Toddy, you keep going back to some shit that we not even arguing. You keep saying reuse a plot line. We're not saying to reuse a plot line. What we're saying is that essential weakness is part of her character, like set in stone. It is part of her, regardless of if
And
you
it can
think it was
come
part of the
up
plot.
at
Or anything,
any
it's part
point.
of her.
It
Like
can
Yeah.
be plot
it'd
again or
be
not.
different. It'd be different if the whole shit with the cake was the first time it ever happened. But no, it wasn't. Like
To
the
that
like
extent, it
look,
was.
no. But here's the thing though. To that extent, it was because like they was able to satiate it.
They
But
literally
what I'm
said that
saying,
was an. They literally called her a unforeseen mama. That was the very first time that they seen her act like that in that manner. Like they
Yeah,
said
it
the
was
yeah,
a
Hunger
plot
Games,
line.
but
It
not
was
like
not a
that.
Because she
character thing.
wanted
It was a plot
she
line.
wanted
but
one
what I'm
It was
thing.
an
saying is,
outlier.
but what I'm saying is because like even before that, when she wanted the croquet booth, she fucking killed Muscat. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? She still was doing the same shit.
I
I
Like
mean,
mean, that's fine.
regardless
like
if
they have to evacuate the
it was
city
to
like when they
a
conduct
bigger
that shit.
extent or not, it still is part. If she has a hunger pain and it doesn't get satiated right there, then she's gonna go on a rampage. You know what I'm saying? Her mind is not gonna be right. She's liable to kill friendlies, and like that's
Can I
part of
say
her.
something though? Can I
Oh
Yeah,
ask
but
shit,
for
something
the
though?
Hassan
most
turning on
part,
the
from
face
what
cam.
we've seen,
So
it
like when
takes
it
her a
comes to
long time to get
relationship
to
with her own
when she's
family,
getting something without having it.
she's not the only Yonko. I think Kaido has a worse, more toxic relationship with his own crew because Hold'em is scared to get his ass whooped. Hawkins did withheld information of Luffy being on the island
I
because
mean,
he didn't
everyone's
want to
scared of
get his
Kaido.
ass whooped by
Yeah,
Kaido. He didn't want
yeah,
Jack to
that's
show
I
up.
true.
thought
So I feel
I
like
thought
That's
Hawkins was
true.
the one that told fucking these
so
niggas
so
that
so
Luffy
like
was on the island. He was
Yeah,
the one
Exactly.
that
always.
knew.
and I
Yeah, that's
also
Hassan.
feel like Kaido is gonna be a
Hassan streaming
reckless
on
drunk.
dial up.
I feel like he's gonna be a reckless drunk where he does beat
That
on his crew the same
144p.
way
He
the
might,
same way Jack beat up Sheep's Head for not finding Rizzo when he left is the same way Kaido beats up his subordinates. Like
Well,
I feel like
that's true.
yeah, it's Kaido
so
Yeah,
decided,
so
man.
if we're gonna shit on Big Mom for having some kind of situation or some kind of mental thing where she don't know what she doing, Kaido does it. It's even worse. He's in the right mind. He know
but
what he
but
doing.
but but the thing, but check this
He's
out though,
drunk.
Luffy. We
He's drunk
haven't we
too.
haven't seen we haven't seen Kaido do just that yet. When that happens, we're gonna shit on it just as hard.
I
No,
But
mean,
but
I
what
think
I'm saying,
Kaido is
you
he's
see,
just
you
an
don't need to see
emotional
it,
wreck.
Durst, because Hold'em is scared. Hold'em is
oh, we
scared.
do need to see it. Yes,
Hawkins
we
is
do.
scared.
I mean, with
We
Big
do.
Mom,
We
I
no
don't,
no.
I
We
don't,
I
do need
don't.
to see it, my
I
nigga.
don't
I
believe you
mean,
do because
just like
Hold'em already foreshadowed to it. Hawkins already foreshadowed
They
it. It's
foreshadowed
right
it.
there.
Yeah, that's. I agree with you, but it didn't happen yet. So
Yeah,
Come
we
on.
need
I'm
to
not
see
gonna
it.
sit here and say that this man Kaido beats his niggas when we ain't seen him beat his main niggas yet.
No, then
Besides in the
you okay.
anime with the incanted filler, we did see him slap some
All right, I
niggas.
guess I'll
That
just be ahead
that
of
is
the
true.
curve. Let's go.
We also
I
seen
mean,
Luffy put
the thing
Kaido's
is,
face in the
I'm not
fucking rug like he
disagreeing with
pissed
you.
on it.
Just that we need the proof. You feel me? Need the ink on the paper,
But the
or else
only
you're
reason
just
I'm
gonna
bringing it
be
up is
that's
because
like
it's a
accusing a man of rape and you don't even know.
no. But
Like,
all
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying,
need
he
to
Durst,
got he
jail.
is
got the
all I'm
signs,
saying.
but that's
Yeah,
it.
I was like,
But
nah, you
I'm
wildin'.
only I'm only pertaining to your one of your sub points of why Big Mom is trash, right? But you can say
Yeah,
the same thing about Kaido. Like I feel like
yeah.
So like Whitebeard is gonna be, and Shanks is gonna be only Yonko that have a positive relationship with their crew.
Big
A
Mom's not even
bunch
a
of
Yeah,
good
them
I
are
agree.
mom.
respect.
I agree.
Big Mom's not even a good mom. What are you
The
talking
thing is,
about?
here's what,
That's
in my opinion, to compare the Yonko, like character is subjective. Some people can think they're trash for whatever reason. Some don't. I don't. I think she's one of the best written villains in One Piece. Personally, I know that's not a popular opinion, but it is subjective. What is not subjective is combat strength and what's the word? Wow power or shock value. Now, in terms of comparing the two Yonko that we've seen on screen, Kaido and Mama so far, by far Mama is the more impressive. And if you
She got
don't
a
think
whole
based on
arc.
what we've
She got a
seen,
whole arc.
then you are
She has
just
a
biased.
whole
It's not
arc.
even about just
You
the
need
whole
to
arc.
chill.
If you take her opening, her first display of combat ability and compare that with what's his name, Kaido's first
What was it?
display,
What
they
was
are
it?
Hold
night
on,
and
wait.
day.
wait.
What was it?
Wait,
When she
wait,
killed
wait.
Moscato,
Hold on, wait,
Hold
wait,
up.
wait. You realize Kyle's first thing was a whole fucking Bijou bomb. What are you talking about?
That Bijou bomb, honestly, that Bijou bomb to me what showed less destructive power than both
What?
We
Prometheus.
know all he
Wait,
did was
hold on,
blow
let me
up a
finish.
mountain, and we
It
know
showed
and
less
we know
destructive
Garp
power
fucking
than
went
Turn your mic
went
Prometheus.
down into
down.
the
Turn your
spirit
let
mic
me
world.
down, Fatty.
finish.
Let him
Let me
finish.
finish.
Let him
Let him
finish.
finish.
Okay.
That
Let him
if
rock.
you
Let him
you can
rock.
compare the panels if you want, but Prometheus and Zeus have shown more destructive power than that. They are not even Mama herself, and also
Nah.
her Elbaf spear went just as far and decimated things at an atomic level. Kaido only broke up stones into smaller stones. Mama breaks atoms into nothing.
He
All right,
wasn't
cut.
trying. He
So
literally was not trying.
everything Mama has done has been more impressive than anything, as well as durability. Luffy would have broken his hand on Mama with an elephant gun, and
Nah.
Nah.
he would have shattered his
Nah.
hand into 1,000
You
pieces, and he made Kaido go
This
wide-eyed.
boy
In
Tommy,
fact,
man.
in
Are you
fact,
done?
This
when
man
Are you
stupid.
Luffy,
done?
You know,
hold
Are
you
you
on, hold
gonna
on.
talk? Are you
Luffy
When
gonna keep
Luffy,
talking?
when
Luffy
You
Luffy
still
threw
fired
a
his Big
talking?
king,
Mom.
when
You
Luffy
still
threw a
talking?
king, stop. Let me finish, and then you can talk, fool. When Luffy
This is
threw a
5 minutes.
King
We still
Kong gun
going.
at Mama, she blocked it with her elbow. Luffy threw a puny elephant gun at Kaido and lights out.
Are
So
you done, Junior?
Mama
Are
has
y'all
just
making
been
a list
more
of all
impressive on
this shit you
screen
can't
than
say?
Kaido is by far.
Are you done?
I will attest to that. Yeah, I agree with Toddy.
Yeah, I think people.
An elephant gun versus the
Hello,
Kong
everybody.
gun. An
Are you
elbow
done?
to lights out. That's the comparison I got so far
You guys
between
got to
these
stop
two.
acting like destroying a mountain like that is like a huge feat, because we've seen multiple people do
And he
that and
didn't
say.
even destroy it that
And
impressively.
we know when Garp was talking to
So
Chinchou,
he
he
so
said
he's
that he was
done.
breaking mountains with his fist for fun, just
So
to
Big Mom.
practice.
So Big Mom did not have a whole arc where she was in
It's not
showcasing
about
the whole
art.
thing.
It's about what we've seen. What we've seen, period. There was a point in time where all we seen was Mama punch a elephant gun and a Diablo Sambe at the same time. That was all we seen. That was
And
more impressive than Kaido night from an elephant gun.
I don't think
it
he's
didn't go
night
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 night.
now.
He damn so didn't go night
He was
night.
he
Because
was wide eyed at least.
listen,
He was
Okay,
wide eyed at least.
That nigga's
Big
hat
He
Mom
was
got
flipped
wide
wide
eyed
eyed.
before the
Big
he was
Mom
punch.
right
got wide
eyed.
eyed. So what's your
Kaido
thing?
was
What,
already.
From an elephant
you back
gun?
to this?
No, by
No,
From
the
an
she got
punch.
elephant
wide eyed
gun?
from something. From
No,
From
I'm
lightning.
not
was it
talking
Zeus?
about.
From
I'm not
Zeus?
talking about that. I'm talking about
From
from an
Zeus, right?
elephant gun.
And she
What
was
did an
perfectly
elephant
fine.
gun? No, the same attack because we have the same attack to compare.
Did she
What did
take
an
it from right
elephant
above
gun
her
do to
head?
Mama?
Did
Answer
she
that
take it
question. What
from
did an
right above her
elephant
head?
gun and a
Did
Diablo
she take?
Jambe do to
Did
Mama?
she take that from right above her head?
Well, she blocked it. He didn't block
She
it.
blocked it.
He took. Yeah,
Okay,
he
and what
didn't
did
block
Kaido
it.
do? Kaido didn't even block it. You don't
Yeah,
know
you
though.
just
No,
You
said.
he
just
ate that. He
you
ate it
don't you
all.
But
what?
yeah,
That was the last chapter. That was the last page. We have not seen the next chapter. You're literally
I
going off
saw
of
the last
that.
panel, nigga, and I saw
Oh,
white.
he's
yeah,
not
And he
knocked
was
out.
drunk.
So if we see the next chapter and he does not fall, he does not have a scratch. Then what do you
It's
what's your whole
okay. The
then
only
what's your whole
way, the
spiel?
only
What's your
way, the
whole
only
spiel?
way, the
Why
only
you getting
way
so
that
aggressive?
attack, I'm responding to you. The only way that attack will look more impressive for Kaido than Mama is in the next chapter. Kaido says some shit like, "Oh, you just powered me up because I absorb force and it makes me stronger." That is the only way it'll look more impressive than Luffy attacking Mama.
Nah, it'll look impressive. He said
Because Luffy attacks Mama and he gets out of gear 4. That's what that nigga does. He attacks
If he
Kaido with his
questions
weakest attack right now and puts his face on the ground.
Nah,
Ain't
he
nobody
needs to
putting
look
Mama's
at
face in the
His face is
ground.
on the ground.
Wait,
His face is nowhere near the ground.
No, he folded his head upwards. He put his face
You
upwards.
do realize Luffy didn't think that he needed more than Gear 3 to protect Reiju. He didn't ask Sanji for help, and he went up to clash with Big Mom with a same Gear 3 punch, and she hockeyed up for him.
That's a fact. That is a whole fact. She did do that.
She hockeyed up on Diablo Jambe and what's it called?
And yes, an elephant
Good third
gun.
punch. No.
Regardless whether there's hockey involved or not, regardless, do you really think an elephant gun, based on what we saw
Whether
from
there's
Mama?
hockey involved or
Let
not.
me. Who is this nigga that keeps interrupting?
Y'all niggas is wildin'. So you just gonna take hockey out of it now?
You can't win debates by talking over niggas.
I'm not trying to win a debate. I'm just asking a simple question. You literally just said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna take hockey out of it."
You ask questions as niggas are giving answers, nigga. You were the worst student in high school. I swear.
Did you not just say that? Did you not just say that? Like,
okay,
I don't give
listen.
a damn.
I'm trying to. Okay, let me get this next point out. Does anybody in here think that if Luffy attacked Mama with a base elephant gun with her back turned, that what do you guys think would happen if Luffy attacked base Mama with her back turned, given what we've seen?
Nothing.
Okay, must I remind you of an enormous lightning bolt, nigga, that came down and did nothing? Must I remind you of a sword that was eaten?
Made her go wide-eyed. I remember that.
A sword that was eaten. A spear, I mean. Like, she's just been shown impenetrable. And as far as durability goes, which is all we've seen of Kaido, we've seen destructive capability from Kaido, and we've seen durability. Mama has him beat so far. Mama has him beat in both categories.
Toddy, tell you wait. I'm gonna say this right now, and I hate saying this because I hate comparing Yonko. Why is it that Big Mom couldn't do what Kaido did? Kaido fell down 40,000 meters to Kid's Island, had a headache. Big Mom, her crew feared that she might die and fall off the chateau.
Man, we all know that.
It doesn't matter if they feared it or not. What they fear is not indicative. It's not indicative. Hold on, her kids at the same time. Her kids have also never seen her damaged. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So they don't even know what can damage her.
He wouldn't have wanted Kaido to jump off of it
either. Yeah, there you go.
I know Zoro.
Who is this nigga coming in with the facts, by the way?
We don't know he wouldn't have died.
That's Rufy. That's Rufy.
Go ahead, Rufy. I hear you with the logic in the background.
Yeah, like if you put Jack on that Sky Island and like have him stand there behind Kaido, he's basically begging that nigga not to jump.
That's not.
I don't think he would care.
It's not indicative of what her limits are.
Man, if Jack can survive getting freaking smacked by a giant ass elephant,
and then you see Jack get fucking smacked by an island.
I'm back, and I've been hearing some crazy shit going on.
This boy Toddy over here. This boy Toddy is on big. Have
I lied yet? Have I lied yet?
Now, because like I will say this, like I will say this, like if we go from for feet, of course, Big Mom is gonna look more impressive.
Of course,
especially when it comes to durability, because we haven't seen, Kaido like do anything. We haven't seen his reaction to getting hit. So for ink on the page, then Big Mom got it. But like from like I would say portrayal of like what's to come, which something I don't like, I would say that we got more leeway of getting something more impressive for Kaido until then. But until then, Big Mom got it. Yeah.
Man, all I'm saying is I was saying this back then. I was saying Mama has shown that she's probably the strongest, if not the second strongest behind Blackbeard. And I remember asking people, what would Kaido need to do in order to show what Big Mom has done? To show him being stronger than Big Mom. Because Big Mom's feats, I mean, Whole Cake was a while ago, but man, if you rack up Big Mom's feats, they're just unheard of. And I
don't
just
know now,
don't see
cause
anything that Kaido can do to show to be
I
more
mean,
impressive.
Kaido when he blew up that castle, that feat is fucking crazy.
Prometheus
Right.
could have done that, and that is one
But
of
So
but
you
no
gotta
multiple
no
remember
no
reasons.
look, look,
that
I'm gonna
like
tell you
I
why
don't
it's
think
so
that was too
crazy.
crazy.
That
Just
was like a
blowing up
Frankie.
like a
I'm
little
tell you
mountain
why
like
it's so
that.
crazy.
Like that's not
First
that
off,
big of a deal.
we see how far away the shit was. Even if he did pull up closer than he originally was when he saw the place, you see how far that way it was. And it's not only a fortress, it's on top of a mountain, right? And then we get confirmation from motherfucking Hawkins that there was in a second. So he produced that amount of DC in such a short amount of time, and he did it very casually
You
to
know
the
who could
point
else
where
do that
that nigga.
casually without even trying? That nigga
Yes,
Akainu.
did you not see that shit?
But you know who else can do that without fucking even trying or batting an eye? That nigga Akainu.
Akainu
But
can
we
do
ain't.
that. Mama can do
Hey,
that
that's
with
cool. But
waves.
we ain't talking about Akainu.
Yeah, but
So
you're
let's get.
hyping up this like big old like thing like
But
shit.
That
Like
attack
He's
wasn't
right
that
now.
impressive.
like
I
a
don't think that
crazy
attack was
like
impressive to
outlier
most
thing.
people.
Roofy, this is what I'm saying. If Akainu had a similar feat, I hype him up too. But
He does have a similar
He
feat.
does have a similar feat.
He does have a
but
similar
mentioning
feat.
him is irrelevant to what we're talking about now.
No,
That's what I'm
the only
saying.
reason I brought up Akainu is because like you're hyping up this like how he did that attack just last chapter. Like it was like the most craziest, like hypest thing ever.
Nobody said it was the most
What?
craziest.
He was talking about
But
feet. He was talking about the feet.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're talking about
Because
the feet
he was
wise.
talking about,
Feet wise,
Big
you're
Mom
saying
feet.
like
Yes, because we're talking about we're talking about Big Mom feet was brought up. So
yeah.
he
So
was
like
bringing
bringing
up
up
a
Akainu is
little Kaido feet.
irrelevant.
no,
That's
you're
for
saying like
real.
this, you're talking about feats. Yes, 100%. I understand. I know what you guys are talking about. But like you're hyping up this certain feat like it's a crazy thing that we've never seen before when we've seen it
Nobody ever
multiple
said it was
We've
instances in the
seen
crazy.
it
story.
outdone by multiple
We not
But
characters.
who said?
saying
But
any
yeah,
of
but
that.
like
We're
who
not
said it
putting
like
all that
that?
extra stigma on there. We're just explaining what happened right then. We're not comparing it to other shit. We're not saying, oh, this is the strongest shit we ever seen in the fucking. No. Nobody's doing all that. We're just telling you what happened. Just
Yeah,
so
no,
you
I
don't
know,
undermine
and
it.
I'm telling you, I know what happened, but I'm saying why it didn't impress me is because we've seen it happen multiple other times and
But it
multiple
is
other
not
I
to
feel
instances.
the same
impress.
way.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
It's
it
just
wasn't
telling
impressive
you
to
the
me because
facts
I've
of the
seen it
matter of
10
what
times
went on.
over already.
No, he's saying it's not. It's not. This is a fact. It happened. It's just something that says that happened. That's it. It happened. That's it.
I think y'all niggas too what combative. Like nigga, ain't
Too
nobody trying to
logical.
being
Y'all niggas
logical.
are
If
combative as
y'all was
fuck.
logical, then you'll realize why I said bringing up Kainu is fucking irrelevant. If you was using
No,
logic,
he
That
gave
was an
that
To be
example
honest,
example.
to say what a lot of people in the community I think feel is they were not that impressed by that breath.
no,
They
but bringing
weren't,
up
y'all
a
wasn't.
because
Kainu,
But
we've
you can't
seen
bringing
speak
up
for
a
we've
Kainu
nobody
seen
still
else.
more
is not
destructive
logical.
things more
Oh no, not
casually.
on that.
Honestly,
On
I
those,
would argue
not
that
on that
Mama's
toddy.
sword slash in the forest probably had more DC
Whoa,
than
see,
that breath.
you tripping.
Because
Nah,
that
Yeah,
that
castle,
was
I
like
mean,
some
yeah,
that
crazy stuff.
castle was
he
not
tripping.
like you guys even
Yeah,
saw like
hey, I
the
don't even
grave
care what
markers
he
made
talking
out
about
of
now.
wood.
No,
They
he
were
tripping.
still there.
Hey, Dory,
like,
He didn't even
like,
destroy. He didn't even destroy the mountain itself. He
Yeah,
just
like,
that the
took the
reason
if
I
you
brought up
castle.
talking
Akainu,
L-Bow
Akainu did a great
Spear or
eruption at that
Prometheus,
mountain.
then we
That
can
mountain
talk.
would
But
have
you
been
say
gone
that
completely. It would
attack
have
was
been
talking,
melted
nah, he
away.
tripping.
have
No,
you
but that
remember?
spear
You
went
trip,
a long
you
ass
tripping.
difference. It was a very
I
casual
Nah,
don't
he
wait.
sword
tripping.
slash while she was on the back of some
And,
guy.
and
Wait. Toddy, wait. Go Martin. Go Martin.
no, do y'all remember when Frankie tanked that nuke on his cover story on that one cover story?
No,
What? Wait, say that again.
When Frankie
Nah, that's
survived
new to
that
me.
nuke in
Oh,
that snow lab
when he
place.
was at what's his face's old island.
Yeah, pretty much that nuke was more destructive than Kaido's breath blast.
Very much.
Nell, way
Hey, but
like
hold
15 years
on.
ago did
Y'all
something
Is
do
more
that
impressive
realize?
than
Well,
that.
hold
is
on,
that a
wait,
feat though?
wait,
Hold on, is that a feat? You would
wait.
call
Yeah,
Y'all
that a
do. Hold
feat,
on, wait.
right?
Y'all do.
It's a
Stay. Y'all
feat.
do realize that. You do realize that Kaido, like, again, like Kaido was probably like miles away from them. You know, he flew towards them. He was still miles away from all of them. You know that, right?
I think we're like mixing up like the word
Not trying to
feat and
compare
then
the
a
feats.
showcase of power.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that like blowing up that mountain like that is a feat.
What do
I
you mean
mean,
it's
it
not a
is.
Yeah,
feat? What are you
I'm
talking
just
about?
not that impressed
Yes, it
personally.
How's it
is.
not a feat?
He did that in a second.
He
All that
did
was
it in
done
a
is
second from miles
that's
away.
why. That's
We also
why.
seen Mihawk
Yeah.
literally slash an entire fucking frozen
Hold on,
In a
soldier
wait, hold
down
on,
second.
like
hold
That's
on,
that.
fine.
hold on,
They're
wait,
both
That's
hold
a
on,
With
wait.
feat.
fair,
nothing.
Then
Was
that's
it
a
wait?
feat.
but
Was
That
it
they're
cities
both
away?
feats.
Was it miles? Was it like literally miles away?
No, it
Yeah,
was
you saw how
miles.
far.
It was
Like yeah,
miles.
you get this thing. You saw how far away
By the way,
Luffy and
this is
them were from
probably
Kaido.
1 mile away. By the way, you guys
No, it's
are
not.
acting like he
No,
shot
it's
it
not,
from
No,
across
Toddy.
the
No,
no,
it's
island.
that
I'm
Toddy.
No,
looking
they
at
Toddy.
the
said
panel right now. I'm looking at the
Toddy.
panel
nah,
right
No,
now.
no,
That
no,
is
that
no,
probably
that
a
no,
that
no,
is
mile
no, it's
not
away.
Toddy.
1 mile,
It's at
Wait,
nigga.
least
Toddy.
two.
We saw
It's
how
at
far
Nah,
it
least
was.
hell
two.
Toddy,
no.
At
Toddy, we see how
least
far it
two,
was. No,
one
Toddy, we
or
saw how far it was
two.
away. Toddy,
Come on,
Luffy, look
man.
again. It's like
I don't
Luffy
think
and
you
Law showed
understand
how
Yeah,
how
far
you
far
away it
that
tripping.
ball
was.
is,
Yeah, you
Toddy.
Like
I
tripping
Luffy
could
for
and
real.
jog. I could jog from Kaido's face to
no,
that
you
castle in
couldn't.
10 minutes.
Yeah, you tripping. Yeah, yeah. Now you see. Look, we was good when we was talking about factual things, but now
That
you
nigga Luffy
bullshitting.
almost did.
Like at least like if
no,
we
he
trying to have a
didn't.
good
No,
conversation,
he
don't
didn't.
don't don't
Man, Luffy
bullshit me,
took
man.
forever to
Yeah,
get
don't
there.
For
don't
real.
bullshit me.
Yeah, because
Like
you gotta realize that Toddy, that his face, Kaido's face, passed Luffy and Law. So wherever they ran that distance, like you telling me that they
Right, Luffy
ran,
was probably running for 5 minutes.
yeah,
So
that,
5 minutes worth of jogging is
but
where Kaido
Luffy's
shot
fast as
that
fuck.
from.
So
and yeah, you Luffy fast as
Luffy
shit.
can run 2 miles in 5 minutes, like bro, like
It took that nigga. It took that nigga 100 episodes to run across the city and
Y'all
fucking
act like this
Dressrosa.
nigga is shadow stepping across Wano. That nigga was doing a light jog.
bro,
He
Nah.
ain't sprinting.
Yeah,
He's sitting there talking to his niggas as he's running.
all I
Looking
Nah,
back, talking to his
nah.
niggas.
I
That
need
that
that.
that
no
is that one
That
girl,
is
the
in a.
samurai
That's
girl,
not a
is right
jog.
behind him.
Yeah, that's a full sprint for him, boy. Do you see
Law was
him?
using
They full
sandals to
sprinting
try
and
to
having a
catch up with him.
conversation.
Yes.
That's how a full sprint works.
This is
Law was
anime. Last time
using
I checked, this
sandals
is
These
like.
they
to
ain't in
try to
Dragon Ball
catch
Z. They ain't
up with the
flying to their
man.
location. They're running
So you telling me that they can't have a full conversation while they're running? Like you've
while
never seen this
sprinting,
in?
full blown sprinting as fast as they
they
can.
do it all the time.
I don't know if these niggas are sprinting.
Yeah, but all I
I
ask
don't
is
know
this,
if you guys try to look back and have a conversation while sprinting, but
like
it ain't that easy.
nigga, this
I
is a
mean, well,
cartoon.
there's dust trails coming from wherever Luffy's running from, so he must be moving.
Nigga, they're running in the dirt. I can make some dust trails by doing a trot.
Nah.
Man, look,
Nah, you not.
man, I'll have a serious conversation, but now they want to bullshit.
All it is to say is that a
Now they
lot of
want to
people
bullshit.
weren't that impressed by that feat. They also
But we
were
ain't talking about a
underwhelmed.
lot of
They were
people. We talking
underwhelmed
about
by him
us.
taking that attack and getting wide eyed from it. A lot of people, I think, would agree that Kaido took a bit of an L
Fuck a
this
lot of
chapter.
people. We talking about us.
That's what I'm saying.
I think most people in this chat right now would say that he took an L.
We can
Then
That they
ask
were
him.
why are
How
they
about we
found him
ask
why are
him?
underwhelmed.
people arguing
How
against
about we
it then?
ask him? It's that simple.
Agree
People
with
in the
I
chat too.
Buckle.
Let us know in the chat if you think he looked
Who in
overwhelming
here
or
thinks
Took an
he?
underwhelming.
L.
Yo,
See,
Well,
that's
Kyle,
what I'm saying.
I'll say
He didn't take a L.
I
Hassan,
Yeah,
personally
he took
I
a
you in
personally
punch.
changed my name
Negro
to
fam.
Kaido is Luffy's pet. So
I mean, I have
yeah,
to see his reaction.
See,
Hold on, wait,
so,
again, this is what I'm trying to get mad at, bruh. I don't get this overreaction shit. This is my thing.
it's trash.
This thing. The second we saw Big Mom, Ty, you get tested this. How you saw Big Mom? You saw Big Mom would give. I want to say, get embarrassed. Say she was trash. When she again, we saw that when she got knocked back by Jinbei, we all said she was trash, right?
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yes,
No.
we did.
I would
Yes,
say
Ruby,
I would
yes,
say
they did.
some of
Ruby,
the
Yes, they
community
did.
did, but I
Yes,
wouldn't
they
say they were
did.
Ruby.
trash
We all say
because of
she was
that.
trash. We said she
What?
was
I did
trash.
not.
I
I
remember.
I
never
I
said
didn't.
that.
remember so many people. Big Mom's trash. She let Jinbei get them off the crew. She let Chopper and Nami and them get them off the crew.
I
Big Mom
remember.
is
I remember.
I
trash.
I was
defended that
advocating
big
that she
bitch.
was literally going up against her entire fucking weaknesses with the Straw Hats.
Facts. Yeah.
But
But
you're not one of many people that was not like that was just
Yeah,
saying
but
that
like
Big
you
Mom
guys
was
just said
trash.
20 seconds ago, we're talking about us, not everyone else.
Right?
okay.
You got a point. You got a point there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
I'm
saying
just,
is can say enjoy Kaido because this thing Kaido right now, as you saw, was drunk. But I guess being drunk don't mean nothing no more. I guess you drunk, you don't matter no more. This man
No, it
legit.
doesn't mean nothing because we've seen people in the series be drunk before and it not affect them.
No,
And we even seen
Kaido.
people
This
get drunk
thing.
and get
Kaido
stronger
is
in the
no.
series.
Actually, no, it's not. It's his thing. Kaido is probably the drunkest person we've seen so far. Cause I ain't
No, the
no one else.
Fishman and Fishman Island was way drunker than this nigga, and he
No,
got
he
stronger by
wasn't.
drinking more.
No, he wasn't. No, Kyle legit is faded. This man is legit. He wanted to get it
A big ass
again.
dragon
The
hiccuping.
fish wasn't faded.
The Fishman was hiccuping too.
He wasn't faded though. He was
That
not faded. That's a fact.
not
He
like
was
not
not
like
faded.
Kaido.
Go reread that or rewatch it, bro. That
I
nigga was
remember. I
hilarious.
listen. I remember the fish. He wasn't
Nah,
faded.
he wasn't
Kaido
making
was
any
faded.
faces. Kaido was making faces, boy. He had the I'm feeling good.
He did too. The nigga got the drunker he got, the faster and stronger he got.
Kaido
But
was
that
already
again.
Kaido was gone.
Which thing? You're trying to equate someone that uses drinking as a buff. Kaido is not even trying to. Kaido is on his own little zone, like your drunk uncle. He ain't trying to fight nobody. He is chilling. He already this man here Liddy just cuz. He lit just cuz. He drunk to be drunk.
Nah, he not just he got issues. We gonna find out.
I
He got
would
issues.
if I could call him anything, I would call him a functioning alcoholic. And I think he would
That's
actually. I think he would be just like Big Mom, and he would be weaker without his alcohol because alcohol withdrawals are the only withdrawals you can die from.
I don't know. I don't see that. I disagree with that. I feel like again, I don't feel like alcohol. Only alcohol does is gonna be a plot point to make them do something stupid.
All right, well, I want to
something.
get back to the point we're talking about the distance between where Kaido was and
Oh yeah. Hey, you go on that because this man said he could draw. You don't realize that Luffy and Law literally
Nah, cause like if we go back to the chapter in Jiminy's box, look at page 12, and you'll see
yeah.
just how far Kaido is from there and Odin's castle.
He had flu. After that.
I know that. I understand that. No, nobody's not saying he didn't fly. We read the shit.
Yeah. We
But
say I
the
just
thing
say he flew.
is the fact is he covered
admitted to it.
that amount of distance and got up there, shot a fireball, destroyed all that shit in less than a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you mean? That's distance covered, destruction, and all that shit, all in one
To
little
me,
Yeah,
thing.
like we're not gonna
it's
say.
not. All we're saying is it's not that much destruction. It is impressive that he did it from
What you
that
mean is
distance.
not that much
He
destruction?
destroyed a already ruined castle. He didn't even
No,
destroy the mountain, bro.
it's the whole area you're talking about.
Yeah,
You
he
No, two.
He
destroyed
didn't
that.
even destroy the
Basically,
mountain, and he
if the
didn't even
Big Mom.
destroy it that
listen,
much because you can
Big
still
Mom
see
didn't
the
this
if the
wood.
thing.
mountain was
Big Mom
completely
didn't say.
gone,
Big
then
Mom
it would be a different
wait,
story. But the mountain is still
Big Mom
there.
didn't destroy the island. Big Mom caused like a slash in the island. She didn't
She
destroy the
caused
island.
she put a crater in the island with
No, she
Prometheus. What do you
didn't.
mean?
No, she
Honestly,
didn't.
Struzan did more
But even
DC than this nigga did.
It's the same
oh
thing.
yeah, y'all
It's the
tripping.
same. It's the same thing Kyle
Yeah.
just did. It's the same
Chatty,
exact thing.
this nigga
Yeah,
Toddy off the
y'all
walls.
tripping.
Toddy off the
Wait,
walls.
y'all
I ain't
telling me
going for it.
Struzan didn't do more destructive thing casually than that?
Oh my
Because
Nah,
God,
y'all
Struzan
tripping.
destroyed a mountain that was 3 times
Nah,
bigger than
Hey,
bro,
that.
we're not
hey,
Hey, you
finna
hey,
do
know
this.
what?
listen.
It's over with, man.
Hey,
Hell
just go
no.
ahead and
Like,
end the stream, haters. Just go ahead and end the
Yeah,
stream.
No.
Just go ahead and end the
they
This is
stream.
the
start
thing.
beating
No,
on
Pause.
hang on.
Strucer.
This is the thing. I'm gonna pass this because again, I know I'm past this, but I'm gonna say this, man. This man here. Hey, question for everybody. Y'all think this is gonna be set up with anything with the rest of the characters in the arc, like the Supernovas or Marco or the Admirals, anything else? Because this happening right now. This
what do you
happening now.
mean?
Like,
What do you mean by
what?
that?
I would guess like would they get more
This
shine or development with the arc instead of
Oh,
being
of
like more so
course.
like
I think Marco will.
straw hat centric or like main like centered around the straw hats
I
like
don't know.
Nah, I feel like they're
I
doing
think
Straw
it's
Hat for
definitely
Like,
gonna be.
Supernovas.
I definitely think it's gonna be Straw Hat centric because this
Super
is gonna be
Nova
like
the
specifically.
from
very first
this.
arc in New World since what Punk Hazard
We
since
don't
they've been
got
together.
enough information about who's all there and like how grand the entire arc is about to be. Like we don't know all the factors. Like only thing we do know right now is that there's a festival coming up. Kaido is strong as shit. We know Jack and the rest of his fucking like the ones that we've seen so far was fodder besides Jack and the motherfucking Hawkins. And like we don't know the placeholders for all the other people. Like what did they do? Where are they gonna like interact and do things? You know. So I feel
right.
like we just gotta wait
I'll
a
say
little
some
bit more.
headcanon shit. I
I
feel like
definitely. I one thing
I
I'm
feel like at this
100% sure
point,
we definitely don't see Marco.
I was gonna say
I
some
think
headcanon
Marco
shit. I
it
feel
might
like
be
No,
like
this
actually, this
point
thing
a
I
is
think
come
I
out
think
of
it's
the
Kaido
gonna.
blue
versus
thing with
Yamato.
Marco. Like everybody's in trouble, and then the Whitebeard pirates like sail up last minute or
I
something
think
like
Queen
that.
is gonna be an ancient pterodactyl zone.
Because
So you
there's that
holler.
old writing thing. You don't put on a gun on the wall unless you're going to use it. Like
I
they
want
they
King to be
said
the
that shit
Chimera.
about Marco for
I
a reason.
want King to be the Chimera.
I feel like
Man,
Queen's gonna be a
I feel like
pterodactyl.
Marco's storyline shouldn't is
man,
more
I ain't.
connected to what
Oh, the
Weevil's
Doctor.
doing rather than what we're doing in Wano.
Well, all I know is for motherfucking Wano ain't gonna get popping until Jinbei show up. That's all.
Man, listen.
Man, it ain't gonna get
Nah,
popping for two
by
weeks
that
Man,
until
time,
that. And I don't like how
Jinbei
Oda
gonna be
keeps on
walking in
doing
there.
this.
Oh,
He
this
keeps
bitch
on like putting
busting.
us in the arc, and then he lets us know ahead of time when the action is going down. He did it with the wedding, and he's doing it with this festival shit too. So I really I'm gonna hope. I know anything that happens in between this,
What?
I know is just bullshit. I know shit ain't gonna
actually,
pop off
actually,
until that festival.
Shooting
actually,
Maru?
what's the thing? I disagree with that
That
because
was
my
not
thing is,
bullshit.
again, of course,
Yeah.
again, it's my head canon. I just
We're
feel
gonna
like with
find out a
this,
bunch of shit
let's
during
say
that
we can
time.
learn more about, I guess, hopefully Kid and Law. Again, I'm gonna say Kid and Killer. Hopefully, a
Yeah,
little bit backstory on like people in Wano, the Novas. We kind of get more information on
Road
on
poneglyphs.
See,
like on the Congress and stuff. I get. I'm more so hopeful about other things they don't have to do with the Straw Hats because I'm
see,
not really caring
I
about them
like
like that.
I like the fact that he set a date to like as far as like the
yeah.
festival going, because then that'll give us time to get all the proper pieces in place. You know what I'm saying? This person doing this. I mean, this person doing that. This person doing this. Blah blah everything. And then once everything gets set up,
They can
boom,
all go to
explosion.
shit.
I'd say that,
Everything is
yeah.
going down. You feel
I'd
me?
But
say the
Durston,
three
We
how
things
ain't.
that
well
I'm looking
how well
most
did
forward
that
to
work
is
out
the
on
calamities,
Whole
the
Cake Island?
poneglyphs, and finding out
Okay,
about
Island was
That
trash
Itachi.
from the start. So
But it was
I
that still
disagree.
that
Nah,
same thing is that
I
we knew
disagree
the
with that.
wedding was when shit was going to go
Man,
down,
yeah,
see,
and
but
it
no,
gave us time to do all
and
this
the
wait,
wedding
shit.
was the
But there
best
was a
part.
double.
but
Yeah,
but
I
but
would say
but
the
but
wedding
what
was a
Toddy,
double play.
what
Like
Toddy's
there
thing?
was Big Mom probably planning to do something, but then them plotting on the Big Mom planning plotting.
Yeah, the
Like
wedding
it
was
was
the best
they
part.
double crossed them.
Of
Again,
course,
my
the
thing
wedding
again.
was the best part, but I'm saying like the build up was underwhelming. The forest shit
The
was
build up,
lame.
like me, I already like got this thing that I think the whole thing is trash. But at least I can say this: before the
The buildup
wedding
was great.
was
The
way
buildup was great to
better
me.
than after the wedding. I can
I
say that.
disagree.
That's
God
It
fine.
Jr.
don't,
wasn't around before then.
it
Yeah,
don't matter.
Yeah,
Understand?
and he
But,
would have made
hold on,
this
wait.
shit
Conflict after
even
the wedding
worse.
more than the wedding
Always,
and before it.
tell you that's the thing. Again, for me, again, to the whole Chateau Fell stuff. To me, Poke was great because again, we saw your mom and her crew. We saw how they rolled. We saw how tough it was. So my mom, okay, we see how Yonko is. We see how we see what they're about. So we know for a fact that again, if Luffy gonna be Pirate King, he gotta at least take a L or leave and come back stronger, do some kind of training, something like that. So I'm thinking in my mind that at least get to see that these Yonko actually who they are and roll deep and run fades. But then after the whole Chateau stuff blow up, and we get that Curry BS and the whole wedding cake BS, that's when it's just trash because now it's just pretty much retconning this man Luffy to be a damn god, and that's where I had an issue with. That's where I had an issue. Was that?
Hmm. I dig. I dig. I got a question for y'all, which is a little off. How do you guys feel about emotional attachment so far with the characters? Because honestly, if I'm comparing this to previous arcs, I don't feel a connection with these characters on Wano so far the way I did with other arcs. I just
I
feel
mean,
I mean,
go ahead.
I'm in the zone
it's
where I
only
want
like
them to basically rush it
I
because I
mean,
just
Mm,
care
it's
so
thing,
little about these
but
dudes.
Ty's thing. It's only like what, like 10 chapters in, fam. Like we
Ten.
Yeah,
got
yeah, I'm
time.
about to say we're not that far into this. Like
I
I
I
mean,
don't even
mean,
think
Yeah,
about
we've been with
Rebecca until like fucking
Kinemon
like
and
20
Kinemon
I,
for
chapters
a
into
long time,
Dressrosa.
so I've kind
I
of
mean,
grown attached to him.
yeah, I fuck with
Still hate Momo
Kinemon.
though.
I
He's
fuck with
fucking.
Kinemon a long way. Like we just got Okiku and Osuru. Like we don't even know these
Yeah, we
motherfuckers
don't know.
really.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
mean,
just
we've
like
known Kiku for a minute
yeah,
now.
but we ain't had time to sit down and really flesh out
yeah.
what the fuck she really about.
Like I wa-
Like
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 when
they
did you
just been
finally?
Hmm.
like they been on the move a lot to the point where we don't get that one on one time to see like their actual story. You know?
Yeah, like we got
Yeah.
with Rebecca. You got to feel a bit of Rebecca's plight because they expressed like what happened with her and her mom and fucking
Yeah, can't nobody
Kiros
care
and
I would
her
say
about
the
that.
only
dad.
one that
Like
we've
we didn't
gotten
get
like
none
a
of that
little
yet.
fleshed out like that is Otama.
Yeah, and the one I
Yeah,
and goddamn, I do feel attached to. I'm more shooting Maru. cause he a fucking savage.
Man,
It's not attachment. It's more of like intrigue of what I got for
yeah,
him. Like
that's a
I'm
better
trying to
word.
figure out
Yeah.
like what's going on with this man. Who is this man? You feel
That
me?
nigga's
Like
Astro
Now,
Doji.
Shooting Mar is probably the first character I've been interested in. I do think he's one of those three samurais that were mentioned, but I'm thinking, yeah, we are early in this, but 10 chapters into even Dressrosa, 10 chapters into Whole Cake, 10 chapters into Punk Hazard, I was more interested in the world of those islands and everything than I am about Wano. I just feel a lot of
They
apathy towards Wano's situation and all this. I kind of
we
just want to
still
see action.
but we
Whereas
still in the
in
poor
Dressrosa, I'm like, man, this Coliseum. Oh man, these like little
we still
niggas,
in the poor part of Wano
gladiators.
though. We not even in the flower capital yet. We not like we still in the
But
poor.
we're 10 chapters into an arc,
Yeah,
I
but
would
and
then
say
I'm
just
I'm looking forward to like seeing
remember the
like a
picture that
Yeah,
rosy
each
Oda
a
arc
gave
is
rosy
us.
side.
structured
Remember
differently.
when we got to Wano in the picture that Oda gave us? We ain't even there yet. Like we're still in the desolate, poor aesthetics. Like this shit is
Yeah.
yeah,
fucking factories and
Like
uh
when you got to Dressrosa, like they introduced a
poison
bunch of different elements all
rivers and
at
shit.
once, and then dragged ass the rest of the way. Like
Yeah,
Oda's
Shit, the
introducing
first 10
different
chapters of
elements
Dressrosa,
slowly,
we got introduced to even
and just
Fujitora.
exactly.
yeah, man. And then
I
that arc
mean,
but
dragged like fuck.
I'm just saying the first 10 chapters of Wano, with Wano being as hyped as it is, and we've been waiting on Wano for years now. Um, Man,
what?
I just expected more
but
within
We
the
got a
thing
fucking
first
the
10.
thing
dragon.
is though that's not the story's fault that it was so hyped. That's the community's fault.
I
Straight up.
I
mean, it's
would
Oda's fault for dangling in our face, though.
And y'all
I
talking
mean,
I
but
about
would say
war.
it's
but
a
the
weird
thing is,
in
he
between thing
dangles
because like the
everything
pacing's
in
not
our
bad
face.
for it at all, but it feels like it's going slow. Does
Hey,
that make sense?
that nigga dangles everything in our face.
Yeah.
Like we blue balled on stuff that we still don't know about. From goddamn pre-time skip, nigga.
Hell,
Like
we
the
still don't even know how hockey works completely.
fuck.
Like,
Facts.
We don't.
That nigga is the ultimate blue baller. Like we should be
yeah,
used to that by now.
Yeah.
I think the first 10 chapters of Wano's been pretty lit. Shit, like
And
yeah, me too. I fucks with
I
it
went
too.
back and I went back and reread the chapters beforehand. I did that yesterday because like I'm still getting over this PTSD from Whole Trash Island.
Oh my
And then
god, this man here.
it's actually better than I originally thought because I already had that little funk as far as like, man, this shit is garbage. But I mean, wasn't that it was garbage as I didn't feel anything. But after rereading it and seeing like he did a good job of setting up what Wano is about already. Like as far as like how fucking Kaido and the Orochi them, they really just got damn like finger fucking this country right now. Like he did a good job because he gave us, we got the common folks, like as far as how fucking Otama and the other niggas see how they living, and then we got the higher ups as far as like Hold'em and that fucking sumo nigga. We see how they living in comparison to like how the common folks are living, and then now we got fucking Kinemon setting up like, okay, these niggas, we the rebels and shit. And then you see when it comes to like Hawkins and all them, nigga, we the people who are with Kaido going against the rebels and shit. So like, I think he's doing a good job of laying down all the bases before we like really get into this shit. To be honest.
I'll give you that.
I think why people like felt like it was like a little slow start is because we were coming off of such like crazy chapters in Reverie. Like even though
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
we were waiting
yeah.
for
You
Wano
right.
for so long,
It
but
came. Yeah,
Reverie
it
hit
came to
us
a
like a
screeching
Yeah,
simple.
halt
you
real
right.
fast.
Yeah,
Cause Reverie was about to get lit. Like,
Hmm.
but then it was like, nah, nigga, we ain't gonna say this
yeah.
shit. Peace
Like right
out.
now, I'm still mad at that fact that like we didn't skip. Like
Facts,
if Reverie was like 10
facts,
more chapters, like I would have not cared about.
Right.
Like it would have been better. I felt.
facts.
Instead, we get a nigga with a lion on his stomach.
Yo, I don't even want to talk about Reverie because Reverie got me tighter than a motherfucker.
Hold on, wait.
Y'all don't
So,
Right.
understand.
hey, listen. So,
No,
I'm with you,
no,
fam.
Jordan.
I'm with you,
Listen,
fam.
hold on,
Listen, I'm
listen.
with you, fam.
No,
I'm
I don't
with you.
understand how we could be by the own motherfucker author's estimates. We could be 60% plus done with the motherfucking story.
He
You know what I'm
trolling.
saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just ran through the second Yonko that we seen on panel on screen, motherfucker. You shit that you have been setting since we first entered the grand line, plot lines from when we first entered the first story. You have been building up to this moment. and you choose to dick tease. The fuck out my face.
Man, Oda don't got time to draw niggas sitting at a table talking. He got dragons to draw and shit, man. Get the fuck out of here.
He
No,
say
no, no.
Wano and
Listen, this
Wano,
the
y'all
thing.
gonna
This
get
thing.
Wano,
Listen,
homies.
listen. This thing. I'm tight. This thing. I'm tight about the referee because of one thing. Everybody sucked this shit off and still hope this thing is gonna be a plot point. But I think it's the dumbest thing Oda could have done. He gave us a giant straw hat and said, "Be happy." That
Yeah,
legit made me
like, like,
tight.
like,
I'm sorry, fam.
what got me most tight about Reverie is that the impact that Reverie should have on the entire verse, and we don't even see what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, like that.
Nah,
I
That
think
nah,
that's the
nah.
main scrutiny.
I was more excited to see what this nigga Dragon's about and like what his why he's doing what he's
Facts.
doing.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what I was
And
waiting
it's
Facts.
all going
on.
and you know it's all gonna be off screen and we're gonna get it through a flashback. And that sucks.
Yeah,
It,
and then but look. This is how we know Oda real petty. When the newspaper article came out, when Namadan was reading it, right before it got to the juicy part, motherfucking Chopper and the other nigga cut the shit up, and we didn't even
Well, we
finish
know
what
what
the
the
fuck they was
newspaper
reading.
was about. It was about Big Mom and Kaido talking on the phone
But the thing is,
about to
Yeah.
meet up.
it was implying that there was more. And right before Nami got to read it, they took the paper away and cut it up.
Yeah.
The way I interpreted it, it was implying that Kaido and Big Mom were going to Wano to meet up, and
Uh huh.
that's what the Straw Hats don't know, that Big Mom was
Yeah.
on her way with like right behind them.
Cool,
I
cool,
think
cool. But
that's the way I took it.
all right, but Rufy, like, think about this though. Like, it's more that happened that Reverie. We know there's more that happened to Reverie than just Kaido and that nigga talking on the phone. We got this big giant straw hat. We got this nigga Emu Sama who's sitting on the throne that nobody's supposed to sit on. We got the whole plot point with how they're gonna handle the fishmen pirates and shit. And we even got a celestial dragon that's helping the fishmen. Like, there's so much shit in
yeah.
Reverie that and then like the whole shit with the revolutionaries have been making their move at Reverie. We didn't hear about none of that shit. And
Hmm.
even like with the little inklings that the newspaper would give us, we didn't even get to see that. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm under the impression too, like all that happened like at the same exact time we actually like went into Wano though.
It did.
Yeah,
It did.
That's the bullshit.
the
It
day
did.
of like everyone like meeting at the table at Reverie is like the day
Hmm.
that Luffy pulled up into
And
Wano.
that's the
And
bullshit.
then and then to my thing is too, we're gonna again knowing older, we'll get an update on Reverie either. I guess either if it's 2 weeks in Wano, like through the middle of Wano, or what happens, or some kind of way you get an update, or at the end of Wano when they leaving, we get a random update about the shit that will happen to Reverie as far as like some fuck shit happening, whether either Silo got faded or got captured, someone got captured or faded, something happened. That's
Yeah,
how we're
or
gonna
like
happen.
there's no more Shichibukai.
Right, something right there, yeah, something. I don't
Fucking
know, man.
trash.
I don't know. That man ordered legit trolled the whole community
Yeah,
with
man,
Reverie.
that's the king of blue balling, man. You know that. We've
Yeah.
been
Yeah, but
reading this shit for
that's
900
definitely
something
100%
chapters.
reason why like the start of Wano was like how that's how like everyone felt like that's why they didn't enjoy it as much as they would have like if he just finished up the Reverie.
But yeah, like I said, I feel like with that being said, yeah, you should go back and read these 10 chapters over, like I did, cause I wasn't feeling nothing about it. But with me going back and rereading it with a fresh mindset and saying, "Fuck Whole Cake Island, that shit is in the past," and I just went and just tried something new, is actually better than I originally thought it was.
I can't go back and read it because if I see that nigga with a lion on his stomach again, I'm gonna drop One Piece all over.
Hey, but he got smashed on though.
It was so stupid.
That's
I just
actually a
hate
good
I
thing
hate
too,
when
because that's
super kitty
expected of
shit
Luffy to
happens in One
where
Piece.
he's at right now. He should be doing that to niggas who aren't at least third commander level.
Hmm.
That's like Katakuri
Oh,
walking into fucking Wano and him not one shot niggas.
I'm
man.
interested to see how this arc is gonna play out though. After seeing, because I just caught up with it like 30 minutes before I hopped in here. I'm interested to see with shooting Maru looking like he's on equal footing with Jack, if not a little bit stronger. How this arc is gonna play out in terms of matching these top tiers with other top tiers,
How do you
because
see
there's only
Shichimaru?
three commander level. There's only three commanders in Kaido's crew, and yet shooting Maru's on that tier. We got Luffy,
How,
we got Sanji, we got Zoro. We got Nekamamushi and Arashi. We got Law. We got all these niggas that are super strong on our side. So who are they going to match up against where it's realistic that they
Okay,
have
I
an
so
don't.
idea to
How do
I
fight?
you
gotta
see
have to.
Shutumaru on Jack's level when Jack didn't even go hybrid form yet?
I mean, he still got Slash, and
Even
they
though he
were.
can
It
still
didn't
get
look like any of them were
Slash.
trying that hard.
Yeah.
It didn't look like either one of them were doing their best, but they were on equal footing.
And then I'm under the impression Jax will awaken zone to where he just takes damage and he just comes back just like the impel down
But you got to think, Shooting
motherfuckers.
Maru probably is aware of Jack's strength, and yet he chose to like when that nigga came, he's like, "Nigga, we're still staying here," and he chose to fight him.
But
When
one
Kaido
thing we
came
do
up,
know
he knew
about
he was outmatched and it was time to
the one
run,
thing we do
but
know
he
about
felt like he
Wait,
could
samurai
hold his
no,
is
own
wait.
against
Let me
Jack.
they're
correct you.
really,
Let me
really, really
correct you.
prideful.
Let me give Shooting Maru some more clout. He didn't run because he was scared of Kaido. He said, like, my bandits, the people with me, aren't gonna be able to handle this. When he realized they might not be able to escape, that nigga was all about turning around and fighting. He ain't even really give a fuck. Like, he's not scared to fight Kaido.
I would say it goes back to just like how prideful the
Yeah,
samurai
he
are.
was
Like
down to whip
remember
the shits. He said, "If I
Momonosuke?
gotta fight, I
The
gotta
reason
fight."
Yeah.
Momonosuke even ate the devil fruit in the first place is because he didn't eat for like 20 days because he was a prideful samurai. That was the whole plot line, like why Momonosuke ate the devil fruit or the smile. Because samurai are supposed to be like the most prideful type of people.
I don't know. I'm just saying, given the evidence that we have, we can make assumptions if we want, but given the evidence that we have, we know that he's in the same league. He even said, "There's no way I'm losing to a small fry like you," and he is
Where I
completely
would put
aware of how
Shuchen,
strong this nigga is.
I'd put Shutenmaru around like the same level as the Dukes, but I think the Dukes, if they go too long, are stronger than Shutenmaru, and I think Jack's above all of them.
I don't know. There's just not enough evidence to say that, in my opinion. Because I mean, there's no, I mean, Kaido was, what's his name? Jack was injured to a point where his subordinates were like, "We got to stop that bleed, nigga. We got to help you." And nothing happened to shooting Maru. And that nigga is clean. So I don't know. I feel like they're on equal footing so far.
I think Shitamaru's probably over.
I think. Listen, I don't know. I guess other thing. I think Jack's gonna look better than he was been shown, just because. Same with Hawk. Same way older than did Hawkins. Like they're more so they're just I guess to showcase just I guess showcase how they are as individuals. Like with Jack, we see that this man got slashed across his chest and his sword broken, and he kept fighting like it was nothing. Like he didn't even care. Or Hawkins, like how he just has not shown any physical feats as far as moving from in a fight. He just stands in one spot. So I feel like people like those two gonna show who they are. And then hopefully, eventually in the art, they'll show who they really are.
No, Hawkins
Besides,
just showed his ass this last chapter. He's trash. He's a snitch.
this
A
man, bro,
whole
this guy
bitch.
here, this man Hawkins is not trash. I'm not a fan.
He
You're
a
not finna do
whole
this.
he a whole bitch.
You're not finna do this, bro.
How?
This man, he
Listen,
seen
this is not
Luffy, so
BDA, fam.
he
This
seen
ain't
Luffy.
BDA, fam.
Come on
This
now,
is
nah,
this is
listen, straight up. He seen Luffy pull up on the island. He said, "Don't tell Kaido anything. I don't want him to
I could
pull up."
also see
And
Oda
as
pulling the rug from
soon as
under us and
Kaido
having like none
pulls
of the
up,
supernovas
he
like
runs
going
and
against
says,
Kaido.
Captain, they're over there." Like, if you weren't gonna tell him, if you down for the cause, but you like pick your
listen
side,
because
man. You just a
listen, this
whole
is
bitch.
no this
Like,
thing. How you a bitch? This thing. How you a bitch? Listen, I'm for it right as of right now. His captain is Kaido. So, with any captain, what you gonna do? Let him know what's up. Would you not? Would you
yeah,
not?
but
Would you not?
he wasn't right. He wasn't gonna do that until Kaido pulled up. He was
Because
all for
this
keeping
thing,
secrets.
but this thing, because he knew it's his thing. He knew if he said something then, that shit's gonna get fucked up. So he tried to hold
Yeah,
out and try to be quiet. But then, hey, when a man in your face, ain't no point in hiding now. If the man in your face,
nah,
like I
he's
said,
because he's scared. He's scared. You know how like everybody keeps
of
saying,
course,
"Oh,
bro, everybody,
Big Mom's
listen,
family
Jack, listen, that's the
scared
family.
of
Of
him."
course he's
Like,
scared. Listen, Jack, listen, Jack turned into a whole Ivy League scholar. Come on now, fam. They all shook. Like Jack was over here analyzing stuff. He over here breaking down situations. Like this man, Jack turned
no,
into a
that's a
whole new man.
real shit. Like,
Like Jay was a whole new man. Come on now, everybody shook.
put the
You see,
glasses on and everything.
yes, even Shitamaru, he a fader. Shitamaru's a fader. He didn't listen. He wasn't scared, but he knew what time it was. Like, come on now, Kaido. Hey, this man Kaido got clout. Like, you never say that. Like, he ain't got no clout right now,
That's
fam.
the
No, I'm
whole
not
reason
saying
why it's
that. I'm just
impressive that
saying
Luffy
Hawkins
punched his
didn't
ass
look.
in the face.
Hawkins didn't
Ooh,
look
this nigga
prepared.
super cool come out of
This
nowhere.
man Super Cool come in and try to go this whole pro Luffy rant that nobody even own. We trying to discuss a chapter. He trying to over here be a whole hater right now.
So
This man,
Luffy ain't just rock his shit at the end of that chapter. That just didn't happen.
yes.
I'm bringing
Listen,
that
we
up for another chapter. That shit, like at the end of the arc, or did that happen at the end of this chapter?
listen.
Cause
We
I'm just
already
trying to
passed
make sure.
this. Listen, we already
Oh,
passed
okay,
this. We
word. All
already
right.
been said this already, fam.
I'm
We
just
already
making
said
sure.
this man Kyle. Kyle got caught lacking. You said this already. What you trying to do?
Yeah,
You just
that's
trying to
fine.
start
That's
an
fine.
argument. You just try to start an
That's
argument
not
for
an
nothing,
argument.
fam.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's not an
No, you
argument.
know
That's
what you're
just an
doing. You trying to start
argument.
an argument for nothing. Think it's
See,
not
so I
gonna go
know it,
against you.
Abdul.
You
I
know what you're
feel
doing. That's what I thought. That's what I'm saying. This man trying to come on the street trying to be cancerous. We trying to be peaceful and all kinds
yeah,
of
we
stuff, man.
peaceful. We peaceful. We peaceful out
Man,
here, Drew.
stress. That's why this man get his ass put in the cage. I'm gonna come at your ass. We can get put in the
That's
cage.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. I bet he won't win this shit when it's over with. That's all that matters.
That's true. That's true. But anyway,
Yeah.
cool. It's really cool. Since you here now, we did the chapter, fam. Since you here now.
I think once you get over the shock factor, that shit happening, like it's a pretty cool, it's an okay chapter. But you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like on your first read, it's amazing. But like on like rereads and shit, ain't just nothing spectacular.
Did people think it was amazing? Because I missed the initial reactions from everybody. People actually thought it was amazing.
I thought it was a good chapter.
I
From
think it's
what
a
I
good
got,
Enjoyed it.
chapter.
I think
again,
my
from what I got,
my I'm not gonna have a final answer for it until I see what happens in the next chapter, and
Because
then
I feel
that's
like
gonna persuade my fucking
like
answer on it.
listen to what I'm saying, Title though. And what's up, Title? What cracking with you?
What's
I ain't never
good?
listening. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
nice to
Like
see you again.
all I'm saying is like to me as a One Piece fan, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the first time we see Luffy, like you know what I'm saying, swing on the Emperor, and I see that and I ain't expecting that shit, and it happens at the end of the chapter. I'd assume it's supposed to be great, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been wanting this shit to happen for years. That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
But like once you get over the initial shock of that shit happening, you know it ain't no conclusive ass answer. So really ain't shit changed. You know Luffy finna get his ass beat regardless. So you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like we really in the same position we were when the chapter started. That's what I'm saying.
for me,
Yeah, like I
To
said,
me,
like
like
next chapter is gonna be
I
the
feel like
deciding factor.
hype is cool. Hype can make a page, but I feel like hype can work against itself sometimes too. Because to me, as hype as that was, it led to more disappointment than satisfaction. Given the fact that I had all these expectations of Kaido, and they were decimated.
Just
Decimated was
got to
something so simple as an elephant gun. Like
see.
I'm I
I
don't know. I felt
understand that.
disappointed. I felt disappointed in Kaido's observation hockey, his endurance, his
Well, he
destructive
wasn't using
capability. I
observation
thought was
hockey.
underwhelming.
He
All right.
wasn't
Um,
using observation the whole
Honestly, I
time.
think that was Oda's goal to try
Exactly.
to he's gonna
Exactly.
trick you. He's tricking you now to make him look
Hey,
impressive later.
Yeah,
but
that's
to
why I
be
was saying
real,
next chapter is
be
gonna be the
real though,
deciding factor.
like
but
I don't think I think this chapter for me was just more confusing than anything.
yeah,
because like
yeah,
because like we know how like well we don't know how strong Kaido is, but we know like around like the rumors around Kaido that he's strong, blah blah. We know the emperors are like the strongest people in the fucking verse or whatever, blah blah. We literally see this nigga decimate a whole fucking castle in less than a second, blah blah. And this nigga Luffy hit him with an attack that he used on fodder. And it's like we know that he ain't down for the count, but it's just like why would he even do that? Because the motivations behind hitting Kaido, from what I could tell, is that he was mad because he felt like his niggas got fucked up just now. But it's like if he
But
really was upset and he thought that like his niggas was in trouble, he'd go give forth. Like straight
yeah.
up, he'd
A
go
King
give forth
Kong
see,
and
gun.
like,
King Kong.
see,
Yeah,
like, this the reason why I think it makes sense though. I agree with you there. Right now, presently stated, it doesn't make any sense. But I think he like did that shit for like stuff like later down during the story. Like I think he did that so Shutemaru can see that man. You know what I'm saying? Squaring up on Kaido for later on in the story. Because Shutemaru gonna help her beat Kaido later on in the
Yeah,
story.
just like how
So
that
you
nigga
got it.
said, we don't have a good general to lead
Mm-hmm.
us.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. I
Yeah.
see that. I see that. I see that.
But again, I guess we go off of that then. If we all assume that Luke will get put in a cage next chapter, which may not happen, but if we assume what would happen, I guess what would happen with I guess with Luffy and Kid, or what would happen to I guess boost Luffy to fight with Kaido then? Because if it's not gonna be
Another
like set up, then what was gonna happen with Kid and Luffy? Like what's happening with Luffy to where he gonna get a boost to fight Kaido then?
Is this better for y'all too? Like before we answer that question too, I gotta add Durst and hated that question because I remember we was in the Discord one night we were talking about this shit. Would y'all like that better? Like if Luffy get thrown into jail and him and Luffy have to work together, you know what I'm saying? Break out. Would y'all like that better than Luffy just
If
breaking them
Luffy
out like I
gets
told y'all
captured,
earlier?
Listen,
if
then
Luffy gets
listen.
Hold on.
captured, I will hate it and lose
Wait,
faith in
Kid,
Oda's writing
wait.
because I
I ain't finna.
cannot take Luffy getting captured
Wait.
for 3 arcs in a row.
Hold on. I ain't hear the last part of what Super Blue
Luffy
said.
wasn't captured in Dressrosa.
He
Hold on.
wasn't?
Hold on. What was the
Nah, he
last
wasn't
argument that you
captain.
I'm
said,
thinking
Super
of Punk
Blue?
Hazard and
I was
Fisher
saying
hold
you
on, wait,
remember.
and
hold on, wait.
I
Go.
was saying, you remember that time me, you, and Hayden was in the Discord. We were talking about Kid and shit. Yeah, I was like, if this man Luffy rescue Kid, like that's trash and blah 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 type shit. But I'm saying the situation would be different now. Would y'all still have that same energy toward that situation and both of them get locked up and they have to work together to break out, even though
I
that's
would.
damn near
mean,
the same thing I was
I
saying.
would,
I
to be
mean,
honest, I wouldn't, because again, as long as Kid gets some shine, as he's not in Luffy's shadow too much, then I'm
It
cool
wouldn't
with it.
be.
But if he's in Luffy's shadow, that's why I have an issue with it. If he's in Luffy's shadow too much,
the thing is, like,
Why would they
I'm.
capture him though instead of killing him? What is that makes no sense.
it's One Piece,
He
man.
I
because
think
still
I
That's
think
wants
if
Kaido
to.
I
It's
think
left
if
too
he
hard because
many
he
gets
worked
people
I
for him.
and
think
putting
if he
them in
He
gets
still wants.
captured, I think if he gets captured, like the whole point for me personally, like I think the only reason, like and for like a narrative sense, is to bring in Kid to the story.
Like
Right.
I think that's the only reason why narrative sense either. But like to answer what Tyler just said, he just fought Shooting Maro like a whole bunch of years ago, and he still want that nigga to be in the crew. Like I feel like he
Yeah, but
still
that nigga
respect
didn't
strength.
destroy both of his factories and challenge
I
him
don't know what
openly.
Shooting Maro did. You know what I'm saying? I
I'm
don't know what Shooting
saying,
Maro did.
I'm saying, we don't know what he
Yeah.
I
did.
agree with that.
Yeah, we don't know what he did. We just know that this man kind of apparently beat him in a 1v2 when we saw him in flashback, and he still wanted this man join his crew. So he did
Yeah,
something.
that was 20 years ago. But
Hey, it don't matter
I,
though.
I, the thing I'm surprised because everybody in here sounds like they are okay and they are braced for Luffy getting captured again 2 arcs in a row. I would hate
Toddy,
that if he got
I
captured.
kinda
Toddy,
don't give
wait.
a fuck.
This is the thing.
Yeah, I
For
don't
me,
either.
for me, I carry because this again. On one hand, we have Luffy getting put in the cage, whatever. On the other hand, Luffy squirrel with Kaido right now and gets away. To
Yeah,
me,
that's
that
the
would be
whole
trash.
reason.
That would be
Exactly.
trash.
To me,
That would
that's
be
fine. That
that's not.
nigga has developed observation hockey.
Unless
He's one
Law
of the
does some
highest users of
voodoo.
observation hockey. They can write a scenario where he escapes. But this
That would be
nigga getting
trash though. That
captured
would
and put in chains
Nah,
again,
yeah,
man.
I'm low key
two
on
two
Toddy's
arcs
side.
in a
I'm
row.
sick of
I'm
the
uh,
Straw
over it.
Hats and Luffy getting
okay
captured. Like
then.
that shit's
I'm
Okay
sick
then.
of them getting away off bullshit though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay
Yeah,
then.
It
Wait.
doesn't
Okay,
have
it,
the
okay then.
thing is it doesn't have to be
Yes, it
bullshit for him to
would.
get away because his strength has been growing to this
not
point where he
not
can
Wait,
put
this
enough
man's
this
a
though.
dragon.
Yonko
This
on the
man Kyle's
ground.
a dragon. This man Kyle's a whole
the
dragon.
only
They
way I
can't
see
say
them getting out of
that
this
this
is
man.
somewhere
That,
with Law.
no,
Law
wait.
has
What's
to do
that?
something to get
No,
Luffy out
wait.
of this
No, wait. What's
situation.
the thing? What's the thing there? All right, but again, by your logic, then Luffy should go ahead and fade Kaido and go ahead and get his over with. 'Cause I guess, listen, I ain't got time to be sitting for a whole year for nothing. If Luffy can go ahead and fade him now, Luffy should go ahead and fade this man now, and we can move on to the
See,
next island.
So listen,
see,
Ty. Let
I
me explain it. Let me go real quick,
Oh,
then I'll
okay.
let you go after that. There. To me, like the reason why I feel like him getting locked up, I wouldn't have no problem with, because in my opinion, we get to see like an exchange between Luffy and Kaido before he got locked up, and we get to see how strong Luffy, like Kaido, is over Luffy, and we see how strong Luffy has to get to the end of the arc to go beat that man. That's why I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's like the same thing. You remember, like in Alabasta, when he fought
It's the same
Crocodile for the
thing in
first
every
time?
single arc of One
Not every
Piece.
single arc. Not
Is
every single arc.
Luffy
That's
gets
not
his
true.
ass whooped and then comes back
Nah, he ain't
later to
getting
That's
worked by
not
win, and
true.
I'm just
Doflamingo.
tired of the
He
same
ain't,
shit.
he ain't getting
I'm
worked by
okay with
Doflamingo.
him taking a shot, maybe getting
He
injured or
whooped
something
Dofi
like that,
ass.
and escaping. But for him to get captured again, Man, I can't
It
take
only,
it much
it
more,
only,
man.
listen, but fam, it only happened in
Let me let
one,
let let
in
let
two
let
arcs.
let, let,
Oh, skip.
let go through post time skip. We gonna see all the time that man Luffy done got captured. He didn't get captured in Fishman Island, that I remember. He didn't get captured
Nope.
there. He didn't get captured in Punk Hazard.
He
He
did.
didn't get captured
He
in.
did.
Did he?
Yeah, he
He did.
Did
did.
he?
Yeah, he
He
did.
did.
And,
He
He
and,
didn't
did.
and
get
that shit
captured
with
in
Momo.
Dressrosa. He
What
didn't
see?
get
Oh yeah,
captured
what
in
see?
Dressrosa.
He
He
Yeah.
didn't
did
get
get
captured
captured
in
in
Zoro.
Dressrosa. He had to get
No,
saved
he
by
didn't.
Usopp.
No, he didn't. He get captured in
No, he
Dressrosa.
When did
didn't.
He
he
get
get?
Yes,
captured.
he did.
Uh-huh.
That
Usopp had to shoot that shit in. He was about to get
That
turned
ain't
into
he
a
didn't
captured.
get
toy.
No, he was gonna get
No, he
turned
was
captured.
into
catching
it.
though.
No,
He
I
was
would
catching. He
say
was
a
Yeah,
catching
better
that
though.
was
example would
untied.
be like Bellamy, him having to fight Bellamy down there.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
a
that
That
was
better
wasn't
different. That was
captured
example.
though.
But he's what his name. But again, his name
That's
was
not
Luffy. His
captured.
name
yeah.
said
He
Luffy.
wasn't
Yeah, Luffy.
held captive.
Yeah, he was not captive in Dressrosa at all. He was not captive at
Okay.
all in Dressrosa.
I would say Law was the only one that really got held captive in
Yeah,
Dressrosa.
Law
Facts.
was held
All
captive.
Yeah,
right.
that's a fact. That's a whole
But
fact.
whole
And then
cake.
we already know what Zoe was like. And
And
then Whole Cake,
we
Whole
know
Cake,
how
he got captured.
yes,
And
yes,
then
it's
we got
captured.
it, you know what I'm saying? Then One Piece, so we already know how this story gonna go. So we ain't finna just go from 0 to 100 type shit. So we gotta find a way to write Luffy out the story, so Luffy don't go fight the big bad. That's just how everything goes.
Because
There's ways that has been done, and the thing is, you can innovate
that's not
ways
Oda
that can be
though.
done, and that's the
But
thing about
It is
storytelling
Oda,
is
yeah,
that's
it
not
is
innovating
Oda.
bro.
and coming up with new
That's
ideas.
not
But you
Oda as
guys
far
just
as
Who's
ran through the
innovating,
arcs.
bro?
You guys
that
just
ain't
ran
One
through
Piece
the
though,
arcs.
fam.
You guys might think it sounded like a lot, but that is 40% of the new world. Luffy got captured, and I'm
No, it
done
wasn't.
with
What are you
it.
talking about? We don't let bro, fam.
We
Percentage wise,
named
that is
two
over
arcs.
Fam,
I
forty
would,
It's
I
two
percent.
would,
arcs. It's
I'm
two
done with
arcs.
him being captured in these arcs.
It's
There were
two
only
arcs out
Wait.
this
two
What are you
whole
arcs that
talking
shit.
got
about?
captured in the New World.
3 out of 7.
no,
Hold on,
Fishman
wait. So
Island,
Toddy,
Fishman
then wait,
Island, Zoro and
then
Usopp
Toddy,
got captured,
then
and fucking
Toddy.
Punk
That's
Like,
Hazard, they
not
got
no, wait, no,
captured.
Luffy.
wait, no, no, wait. This thing. I think it's the best arc in the New World. But guess what? In that case, then we can have just Rosa, where we just sit and do nothing for three whole no, what was it like 5 years?
3 years.
Like three,
3 years.
like three years of nothing. That's cool to Toddy. Nigga, Toddy, that's cool then. We will sit in Wano for 3 whole years and just
And wait.
set up,
And
and
wait.
wait, and wait, and wait. Okay, now you fight Kaido. He loses. Okay, next. That's
And
cool. That's fine.
Dressrosa was trash.
It
What
was
does that have to
trash
do with him getting captured?
because sorry, this at least spices things up because now it adds more to this thing.
Man,
Now you
they
can
be
add
using the same spice. You cannot put garlic powder on everything, nigga.
what
Sometimes you
No,
gotta
you
put
spice.
some
can't.
salt on it. Like, I'm
Listen,
just tired of them
it is
using the
a different
same
arc.
shit.
Then Toddy, unfortunately, all this ain't Toddy. As of right now, all I wrote it to where right now we are face to face with the big bad of the arc right now. So
And your
either
resolution is for him to get captured.
At least that nigga don't die.
If he gonna
Not for
punch that
Momo.
nigga, if he gonna go punch the like he
If he
can't get
get
away from this
captured,
shit
yeah.
scot free. That's all
How
I'm
I'm
can he
saying. It
saying
not?
has
That
to be
nigga can turn Gear
repercussions.
4 and fly faster than
then
Kaido.
It
then
has to be
He can get
repercussions with
away.
this shit.
I don't
this thing
know.
the tie is this one thing.
You don't
If
know
he can do
that.
all that thing you say he is, he should go ahead and fade that man right now. He should fade him
That
right
makes
now
no
again.
sense to jump to that conclusion. Makes no
Why
sense.
not? Why not?
Because
This is
because
kind
the
of
only solution is not this nigga getting captured. That is not the only
But they
solution.
did what
I'm
the
not
what they
Toddy.
saying
really want.
Kaido can't
He is not
There
beat
is
the
getting
brakes
literally
off of
only
him.
captured.
three things.
That is
That's
Toddy.
what they
fine for
want.
Kaido to
Toddy.
beat him down. But
Yeah,
to
they
Toddy.
want
No.
cuff this man and
consequences.
put him in a jail cell just for him to get broken out
Hold on.
later
Wait.
again.
Then how did
Mean?
yeah,
Toddy? What do you
hold
mean?
on.
Toddy? What do you mean?
Toddy, they
I
want
don't get it.
consequences, right? And you're saying you understand that they want to get his ass whooped, but what's the
Jail
point in
time ain't
Luffy
a
get?
consequence.
It
What
But then
is
happened
though,
Toddy,
but
after
then
what's
he
the
got
what's the
it is
what's
No,
the
it
captured?
death.
ain't. It wasn't a
hold
It
on,
is
hold on,
consequence in
Jordan.
Whole
then it's
Cake. It
death.
Hold on.
wasn't a
Toddy.
consequence in
Hater.
Punk
It's only
Hazard.
death
What's the
then.
point?
It's,
What's the
Because he
point of
got
Luffy
locked
getting his
up. He
ass
literally
whooped
got
if he
locked up in
gets
Whole
away?
Cake. And the only
What do
reason they survived in
he
Whole
can
Cake was
go
because they
on to
had a
do other
match.
things. He can go on to build his strength through
But
fighting other
then
people. There's a point of getting his ass whooped, and that is his confidence being shot because he's seen the difference in power between him and a Yonko. That is the
Sada, can
point.
Sada, can
we've
you at
seen
least like
that
hold
before
on though?
in
Can you
competitive.
listen to what we saying though? Cause like we just like I understand exactly what you saying. It makes sense.
I
I
do
ain't
too.
saying it ain't a possibility. I'm just trying to see like story wise what we arguing. Do you not see that like what we saying at least making some kind of sense.
No, my problem with your guys's point is you guys are proposing that one solution out of many is the only one that's realistic.
Name
There are
five
there
of
are
these many.
plenty
That's what I
of
want to know.
options other than him getting captured.
That's fine. That's fine. I can agree with
Plenty
that.
of
All
them,
of
and I
that's
feel
fine.
like you guys should feel like him getting captured again is one of the worst ones Oda can go with, just because he's used that
I
multiple
disagree.
times
That's how I
already.
feel. 100.
I
percent
disagree though, but like with the scenario that we've been given and all the stuff that's been set up so far with Kid already being in
Yeah.
jail, he has to be introduced in the story, and all the stuff that we know about the Yonkos and all like just Luffy's combat ability, we should know that he should not be able to beat that man in a fight.
I
And
feel
we
like
feel
kid.
like if he
I feel
like
like
That
we
kid
that's
breaking.
fine. He
I feel
should
like kid
lose,
breaking
listen,
but
out
he
of
should
I
not
wanted
get
Whale
to
on his own
imprisoned.
is more badass than
But
I
him
then,
wanted
getting
to
stuck.
Ruffy had started talking, but
But
That
what
nigga
happens
Luffy
if
has
wait,
he
seen more
Toddy,
loses?
jail time
wait,
than
Toddy,
Bill
wait,
What
Cosby.
happens if he loses if he doesn't get
I'm
imprisoned?
saying Toddy, wait,
There's only two options. It's
I'm saying
imprison or
Toddy,
death.
I'm saying Toddy,
Like that's
Toddy,
how the world. That's how the pirate world always went. You either capture
Toddy,
your enemies or you killed them.
Toddy, I'm asking right now. I'm gonna ask you, since you want Luffy to be put in a cage, what's happened then? He gets faded, then what?
And then Law warps his ass out of there, and they hop on that fast ass steer and run back and regroup, and they
And
go through the
this
arc properly and stick
that's
to the
still
plan.
that is trash because kind of
then what was
literally
the purpose of having Kaido come in the
encompass.
first place?
I'm
What
saying
was that?
this man in a second encompass like a miles in a second. Literally,
What was
this
the
man.
like if
So
Kaido?
what? He can't track
Listen
everything.
though.
He's huge. Can you
Listen to what
track an
I'm saying,
ant?
Ty.
Can you track an
Listen,
ant on a playground for 20
Ty.
minutes?
Listen to
Well,
what
if
I'm
it's just
saying. If
running,
Kaido
I know
don't,
I
if
can see
Kaido
it.
don't beat
Yes.
them or whatever, and they
Running
just
through
run away,
grass
what's the whole purpose of making Kaido be there in the first place?
to show off
If he
his
don't,
strength, to give him a feat,
we knew he was
to
strong
show
before that even happened.
to show Luffy that he ain't ready yet.
We
But
knew that
you can
though.
do
To
all
show
of
his
that
dragon
without this
form.
nigga going to jail.
I think Oda just really wanted to draw this nigga as a dragon too.
Yeah, I don't like that, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that too. I do not like the fact that Kaido is a giant dragon because I feel like the fight with him is going to be corny as fuck.
This
Do
is
you
his
think he's
weakest
gonna be
form.
fighting in the fight in the big dragon form?
I see him as
Yeah,
a hybrid
I
dragon.
see
You
him
guys
as a
How
don't
do
think
we
hybrid
he'll
have
Hold
him?
on,
be
dragon.
wait,
a hybrid dragon?
Stay. Again, we don't know if it's a fruit or if it's him. We don't know what it is.
No,
Because again,
No,
it's
they
either.
literally
Well,
said in the
It's a
first page
fruit.
he
come
can
on.
transform
It's a
into a
fruit. Come
dragon.
on
actually,
now.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's him. Because the thing, it was a
I
What?
still
fruit.
think it's him too.
Let's say
You
again.
think
It's one
there's a
thing.
race?
I don't think it's a race. I think
Wait,
it's
do you
just
think
him.
it's him that ate a human fruit? Maybe.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you
No,
if you
yeah.
guys
Nah,
if you
I
no,
guys
don't.
really
no,
think he
I
is
feel
a
no.
like he ate a
dragon, why
human
did they
fruit.
say he can transform into a dragon? Why wouldn't they
They
say
said,
he is a dragon?
No one
If
but
he
can
wait,
say
still,
for certain.
even if he is that, though, he still can transform into a dragon. Though that's not false.
hold on, wait, it's my thing. Normally, except for like a very few times, well, I said like 99, 90% of the time, when someone has a fruit or someone comes in with a new fruit, what does Oda do? He says, "This is the what? This is the some whatever it is," and let you again.
Not
He may
true.
explain the fruit, but he would let
Not
you know that
true.
They
That's
don't do
not
this
true.
all
this
the
is a fruit.
time.
They
They
didn't
don't
do
do it
That's
that with
off
not true at
top.
all.
Category.
They don't do
They
it off
didn't do
top
it
all
with
the
Yeah,
time.
Category.
because
They
they
didn't
ain't
do it with
doing
Mama G
Hawkins
either.
shit until just now. We just
Hey,
got the name of Hawkins fruit. We just saw some shit it did.
And
okay,
just look at the way
So
look at the
I
way
hope you
he
kept the
look at the
receipt
But
way
on
he
that point,
I
nigga,
do
because
talks
you
still
need to
believe
about
that
take
that
it
Hawk.
back
nigga
to the
is a
store.
okay.
dragon.
No, here's the thing again.
I do
Again,
believe he is a dragon.
it's just a thing. They allude that he a creature. They allude that this man different. Everybody keeps saying this man is different some kind of way. This man is different. So my mind is again for me. I don't think he's different. I don't think he's a fruit. I think this man is just that type of nigga to where he just do what he do. He
I
has ability to turn the dragon. That's it. Now again, if he comes
I
out,
think he is either. I'll concede that it's possible he is the dragon that ate a human, like a mythical human
Yeah.
fruit, or that he is a giant from Elbaf that ate a Zoan dragon fruit.
probably probably again.
I'm
Like I
under the
say,
impression more that he's like half Or's tribe rather than a giant. I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
that too.
I like the main reason why I feel like he gave why I feel like he just ate the dragon fruit because I
And
feel
that's
like
why Moria was obsessed
this
with Ors.
like just explain like just think about it to me like just seeing a dragon with that kind of mustache like you know what I'm saying just growing like naturally just feels weird to me even in One Piece it's just the mustache if he ain't had that mustache to me I'd probably
That
think he
man
was a
is so
dragon too.
hideous.
I don't know. That's
Yeah.
like the normal like
Hey,
Some
Chinese
kitty
that's that.
Like
shit,
ain't
Hey,
no
man.
random.
that's
You telling
Ash
me a
fire.
random ass
Shenron.
dragon out
Shenron
here
had them
with
long
this
ass
mustache like
mustaches.
that? You know what I'm saying? It's
I
just
mean,
weird.
but the thing is, like, a lot of Chinese dragons do have mustache in the
Yeah,
lore.
I'm
they have
saying. I'm
some
saying.
like crazy mustaches.
Mm.
Nigga, come on.
They
They
do in the
do.
lore.
Dragons,
No,
They
they
got
Yeah.
no,
do,
some
bro.
long
dragons
ass
have like
whiskers.
not mustaches.
That
They have
ain't must.
whiskers.
They have
Whiskers
whiskers.
with
And, yeah,
mustaches,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they
sometimes all them
do.
shits
Like,
look
a
the
lot of
same.
Chinese
My
dragons
nigga, you
Dragons
ain't
do.
never
have the
seen Mulan.
mustache.
You ain't never
It's
seen
not a
Mulan.
mustache, niggas. It's whiskers.
But they still
Like you
have the
It
remember
looks
that?
mustache.
similar, I
Whiskers
agree, but it's just
Like
weird
you
mustache
remember
hearing
and
called
Avatar: The
whiskers, it
Last
don't
mustache. A
Airbender?
lot of
matter.
dragons have
Whatever, nigga. It's
mustaches.
you got to know
It
it's
like
still
the
fucking
I
catfish
don't know if
shit.
whiskers.
that
Like
sentence
So
has ever been
like
said.
listen
mustache,
what I'm
It's
saying.
whiskers,
it's
whatever
like
you
a
want to
gizzard
call it.
put
That's
It
on a
what that
like
turkey.
is for the nigga.
it like the catfish shit. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen the catfish and the little shit
Yeah,
they
the
be having? Like
whiskers.
yeah, the whiskers and shit. That's what it's supposed to be, but it just look weird to me. I just can't imagine like a dragon, like you know what I'm saying, just growing up like that, and just growing a whole mustache like that, and then he go eat a fruit,
Man,
and
ain't
that
no
mustache just so
mustache.
happened to turn into a real life ass mustache. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. That's all I'm saying. And
Yo,
That's
that
it.
what you
another
have to
interesting thing
accept if that's
is,
what happened.
yo, they said that Moria used to fight on equal terms with Kaido, and I'm wondering how the fuck do you fight on equal terms with a dragon?
They probably
Like
just
with
had
a
again.
shadow form.
Wait. Again,
There is no try, only do, Obi-Wan.
what is
Yeah.
wait. Again, this is my whole head canon. Again, this is just my opinion. I don't think they were equal sources like fighting strength, but like I think they were fighting in an intense battle, which would be
Yeah.
like be head up in
And
an intense battle.
you gotta remember matchups matter. And
Yeah.
Right.
Moria is a
And
hard person to
another,
match up against when
Well,
you,
the way,
especially if
But
to
you're in
be
his
hold
honest,
prime.
on, hold on,
what
hold
would
on,
he
hold
do
on, hold
against
on.
the
The way that
dragon
they,
though?
you
let
guys got
me
to
get
remember
one more
too.
point in too.
I
Let me
think
get one
people
more
like
point in. Okay.
like forget about how they worded it when what they said about it. They said Moria and Kaido were rivals. Wouldn't
Yeah.
you say that all the supernovas are rivals, but none of them have really fought each other like that?
No,
Right.
Can
no,
you say that real quick?
Well, I know
no,
they
they
said I know
said
that they said
that
Kaido killed Moria's
Moria's
entire
entire
crew.
crew got killed by Kaido,
Yeah, but that
and it
could
was
Yeah.
also
I feel
said
like that could
it
be a
was also said hold on, it
one
was
time
also
thing.
said that the only reason Moria lost was because of Kaido had crewmates with him. It was not Kaido's individual strength that
Can I
defeated
say that too
Moria.
though?
It was the strength of his crew.
Let me insert that tiny point. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't we say all that stuff about every single like villain Luffy done ever fought? Like, you know
Hell
what I'm saying?
yeah,
We the
cause
main
Big
people that
fucking
talk
facts.
shit
yeah.
about and put asterisks on these W's, and we know Luffy gets stronger after that shit done happen. You know what I'm saying? So like we can say that same shit. I can be like, shit, goddamn, Don Krieg could have killed Luffy. I don't mean Don Krieg and Luffy the same strength right now.
Shit,
Like you
Don Krieg
gotta,
almost did kill Luffy.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
about to
like you
say to
gotta
be
put that shit
honest.
into perspective. Is
That
what really happened
nigga's
on your
story was
journey.
almost done.
It's just weird. The thing is, like, I just don't see unless he has a hybrid form. But the thing is, too, they showed a flashback of him fighting, shooting Maru as a dragon. Unless he has a hybrid form, it's just gonna be weird because all you're gonna, the only thing you can expect is giant attacks on a dragon and him like blowing shit at people.
The one thing
I
about
just feel
Luffy
like
too, though, is he's used to fighting big ass animals. He just
I
did it for two
understand
years
that
straight.
too.
Not that
Yeah,
long.
super.
I think what Oda going for though, I think he just going for like just the clout of being able to say
Yeah.
like the king of the pirate
The
beat a
awe
dragon
the
in an
awe of
island
the
that based off of
strongest creature.
Japan. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. That's all he trying to get across. Like with Katakuri, that's why he made Katakuri undefeated and all X, Y, and Z. Because when Luffy beat them, he got the clout of being that person. Because all the clout they got magically go to Luffy when he beat their ass.
Well, a
Yeah,
lot of the
Shit,
I just
clout
I would
went
thought
to
be, I
Gotcha
would honestly
himself for
be
stabbing
cool. I would
himself.
be honestly cool if like Luffy kind of like beat Kaido, but this nigga Kid actually kills Kaido, and Kid is the one that gets all the credit. I'd be
No, I
cool with
can tell
that.
y'all right now who kills Kaido. It's
That nigga
Blackbeard.
Kid
Black
or Black.
Z.
Blackbeard.
I
y'all
mean,
about to
Z.
say,
Ha ha ha.
Like y'all
You
need
know
to
who
go
killed him.
ahead and brace yourself for Blackbeard coming in at the end of the arc because that is
mm-hmm.
100%
I
happening.
want to see Blackbeard post time skip, like you know what I'm saying, shit so bad, bro. 'Cause, like it feel like this man Oda tease this shit, like it ain't nobody business. Like we don't know what this man look like. That what pissed me off. 'Cause like when he tease niggas like Green, but we don't know what they look like, so that cool. But we know what the
I
fuck
feel like he's
Blackbeard
gonna
look
look
like.
Well,
like
you'll find out in 4 years when Wano wraps up what he
yo,
looks
That's
that
like.
fine.
that just put me into
That's fine.
perspective. Yo, we're gonna be like fucking 30. reading
That's
this
fine.
shit.
Oh yeah, no, we gonna be in
No,
Wano
they
way
already.
longer.
You know how they
We're gonna
just did
be
the
in Wano
20th
way longer
anniversary
than we
shit.
were
They,
in
they're already
Dress
You
planning
Rosa.
for
talking
30
about me,
Oh
years
Cap?
yeah,
I'm
straight.
oh
already
yeah.
almost 30.
As
What you
long as
talking
it's
about?
quality, you know
Like,
what I'm saying? I ain't got no
dog.
problem.
This 2 weeks is about to last 4 years. You best believe.
Nigga,
Oh,
y'all gonna be
that's
almost
a
30.
fact.
I'm gonna be almost 40.
Like
Nigga, we
when
Oh
was in
he
that bit
damn.
said
like two
Don
days and
Krieg,
shit.
I remember
For
when
like,
I first like looked at Don Krieg and how old I was to how old I am
mm-hmm.
now. This is a long ass story.
Of
Yeah,
course.
they
That's
ain't
the
I
even
best.
been.
That's
started I
literally the
started
best
reading
part
this shit
about
when I
it.
was
That's why
15,
you
man.
gotta
I'm
That's
put
the
it in
best part
29.
perspective.
about it is how long it is. It's the
Like,
journey. That's
put it
just the
in
best
perspective
part.
how
It,
long
now
Luffy been knowing
that's
each
the
other.
worst part about it because this nigga be
Yeah.
dragging shit out all the
And
time.
them
That's
niggas have
literally
only
my
been
favorite
at
part
sea
about
for
it is how
like three
long it
That, yeah,
is.
years. And
Oh,
exactly. I
that's
really?
agree with you.
Dress roast was Dress roast your favorite arc?
No,
hell
I
no.
hated
Dress,
Dress
I hated
Rosa.
Rosa
Dressrosa.
top five.
Because
You
they
can't. I don't think you can
dragged it.
flex on. I don't think you can flex on this. It's still a top five arc in my opinion. All the shit
Uh,
that was going
what?
on. It's a top
Oh, you're
five. It's a
crazy. It's
top
top
five.
five
I,
for
I'll
you.
say
Yeah, I
Gear
don't know.
Fourth was a top five moment.
Nigga,
Sabo,
man.
But the arc,
Sabo in the
yeah,
I
okay,
would
five.
say
also
Doflamingo
a
is
top
one of
five
my
moment.
favorite characters
Yo,
in
It had
if
top
the
five
not
only
the
way
moment,
best
Dress
villain, but
but
Rosa
it was
Dress
not a
Rosa
top
was
is
five
a
first
arc.
for
top
me.
five arc as if
Let me
you're
go look
saying
at
it's
my
the
list.
top
I got my
five of
list
the
on
last five
Discord.
It had
arcs.
top
I got
five
my list
moments,
on
man.
Discord. I got my list on Discord. I ranked all them bitches. You know what I'm saying? You already know what's going on.
I would
Yeah, it
say
had
I
top
I
five
don't
the
really
moments,
top
put
man.
three
thought
arcs
into this
of
shit.
the top three arcs of One Piece would be Saboti, Impel Down, and probably Marineford.
That's easily fact. Those are facts.
Well, Marine Ford
I
is of
don't know what to
course
say.
like number
No,
one.
I think I put Emmy's live. I think I got Emmy's live up there
And
too.
his lobby
Let
is
me
a
go
nice
check.
one.
But
Let me go
I
check.
think One Piece, one of its biggest faults is the pacing at times. And I'm just
I think
afraid
I would
with all
say
the elements going into this arc that we have that this is just going to be like I don't think Whole Cake would have been as trash as it was if it was shortened. If you took out some of the stupid plot points that didn't need to be in there. And
I
I'm
disagree.
just afraid
I
of
think it should
Wano
have been
running the
longer.
same thing.
I
Whole
honestly
Cake?
think it should have been longer. I
I
think he missed
disagree.
out
Actually,
on
I
many.
enjoyed Whole Cake.
I
Not
think
gonna
he
I'm
missed
I
fine.
lie.
out
I'm
on
enjoyed
key
fine with
Whole Cake
Whole
all the
Cake.
way
opportunities.
through.
I'm
No,
fine
I'm
with Whole
saying
Yeah.
Cake.
I think more like stuff could have happened after Whole Cake. Like they could have went a different direction and it could have been better. But I'm saying if you cut out some of the trash that didn't need to be in there, we didn't need to see that rabbit chick do that pull that bullshit out of her ass. We didn't need to see
What the
Katakuri
Sulong
eating
for?
cake
No, we
Of
and
course
needed to
shit
we
see
like
did.
that.
Sulong. That was
Yeah.
a
No, that
very
was an
integral
ass
part of
pull,
the
man. That
story.
was awful.
Man,
You know why it's
that
an
That was
wasn't an
set
integral
up
ass
part of
in.
the
That
pull.
was
story?
set up
Because
in
How?
Wano.
it's gonna be
That
a big
was
it's gonna be a big piece in the fucking 2 weeks at the
yeah.
Fire
Exactly.
Sulong was
Festival
brought up like
with all the
back
minks
in
fighting for us.
Zoe. That wasn't an ass pull.
Y'all can
That's
go
just an
check old
opinion
streams.
thing, though. It's just an
I've
opinion thing
explained
at
why
this
that's
point.
an ass pull, but
It's just an opinion thing at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
I
I
would
mean,
say
I
I,
mean,
I
I would
agree
is
say
it
with
an opinion
Whole Cake
that
Island's
she
the
pulled
best
that
arc
shit
post
out at
time
the
skip
perfect
easily for
time?
me.
It wasn't a pull, dog. They mentioned it back in Zoe that they had
Yeah, and
this
it just so
full
happened to
moon
be that
form.
Mama is chasing them the night of the full moon, and
it was
that right
nine
when they
moons.
need that shit to
But
happen, when
it's
they're
just
about to get
so.
blown
But
up
you
by
can do the
ships, she
same
just so
thing.
happens to
But
see
Yeah,
the
you
you
can
can
do
moon.
the
say the
same thing
same
on their
thing about
side. On
like
their side,
yeah.
you just so happen that that what's the name can make candy that can let her goddamn shape and chase after their ass in the first place.
What?
Like
Yeah.
That is
so,
so
you can do
left
the
Well,
field.
same
it's part of
thing though.
it's
Every
part of
single
That has
the
nothing
power
to
that
do
she
with
just
perfect
so
part
happened to
of
be
timing.
able to
yeah.
have, to be able.
No,
How is
no,
she
they
able to?
established
How is she
ahead of
able to walk
time.
on water, Todd? How is she able to walk on water?
Yeah.
How is that able to work?
That's not timing
That's not an
related.
ass pull.
The only
No,
way
because
she was
that's
able
not
to
a
catch
timing
up with them
related.
is the
Perispera
fact
was
that
established to have that
the,
ability way ahead of time,
it's
and it
established that
doesn't
to make that
It
rely. It
was
doesn't
it's
rely
established
on
to
established
one
that
make
to
day
her
make
out the
last
that
for
month.
so
it's
At
long.
established that to
it
make
doesn't rely on one night out the month at a certain time. The clouds part.
Man,
He
One
doesn't.
Piece
He
has
can't
four
only use his
moons.
candy when the clouds part at
The One Piece
11:53
world has
and
four moons,
26
Toddy.
Yeah,
seconds.
did they ever say one night out the month. I don't.
Yeah, the One
Yeah,
Piece.
it's when
The
the
One
full
Piece has
moon.
like
Has
six
full
One
It's
Piece
the
moons.
had, I
night of
think,
a
six
full moon.
moons.
Yeah,
Toddy,
they
One
have
Piece
so
has
many
literally
moons in
like
One Piece.
six
One Moon.
moons. I
Yeah,
think it's six. So you can have six full moons a month.
So
yeah,
it ain't
dog.
That's
I
one
don't
night
think
that's
out
they
the
would
almost
month.
You
twice a
bugging.
week, bro.
I'm just saying.
Man,
I
this
agree that there's moments that like he could have condensed in. Like
Yeah,
I'll say
yeah. I feel
this.
like
Like
there's
there are
moments he
there
could
are
have
moments he
condensed.
didn't need to put in, and it's only because after the fact he didn't expound upon. He didn't like readdress those points like he didn't need to put the handcuffs in there. He didn't need to put
Mm-mm.
the
Yeah, it's
eyebrow,
trash.
Nah,
the thing with
he could have
Judge's
put.
eyebrows, and like there's certain things like he
Yeah,
didn't need. There's certain things he never addressed, like the relationship between Sanji and German and shit like
yeah, that's
that.
what I was
You could
saying.
say he
That's
could
a,
shorten it, but I
Yeah.
also would argue that if he just made it longer and did actually flesh it out, he could have done that too.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I feel like he could have put more of that energy in like some of the stuff that didn't need to be there in the like concrete answers and shit like that. Like I feel like if he would have made Sanji use the raid suit in Whole Cake Island, it would have
Yeah,
been a way better arc.
I
Way better
agree
arc.
with that.
Yeah.
I don't
And give him a
understand the
fight.
I
And
don't
give him a
understand.
fight. It's just that
It's
simple.
not even like the fight. I'm not. It's
I
not the end
wasn't
all
stressing
be
the
all.
whole
It's
non-fight
not an
thing.
end
I
all
think
be
he
all for
has to
me.
have
Like
a fight to use the suit
for
though. You know
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm
but
saying.
yeah,
saying?
no, for sure. But for me personally, like it was just like if you're going to do all of this, if you're gonna break Sanji's character down to build him back up to have this realization, give us that realization. Don't just sit here and have
Boy,
him just be like, yeah, I still don't fuck with these niggas despite all of this that I
boy.
just went through.
Hey, but and so this is my thing to go for you. This is why I'm scared for Wano because too much shit is being hyped up itself for this. Like we don't get Ray Suit Sanji, supposed to get demon level Zoro, supposed to get motherfucking
Oh, we
Big
getting the race
Mom,
with Sanji.
Big Mom Kaido to supposedly beat up. You might get fucking Green Bull to pull up after you get done so fuck some bitches. Like we supposed to get all this shit to come to Wano, and like I'm just scared that all this shit that been playing for the last decade ain't gonna pan out. Granted, I could be wrong. I'll be negative, but I don't see. I don't know, man. I don't see how it's gonna work out in the long run. I don't see it right now.
It's a whole bunch of stuff that I ain't see coming too though. You know what I'm saying? I like that came up and you know what I'm saying with I did see coming like the chapter when Luffy you find out Luffy like the fifth emperor chapter and shit. Like I ain't never expect that shit to you know what I'm saying
Nigga,
after you get chapter 30 and shit
we
like
didn't expect Kaido to get
Yo,
smacked.
when I read the
I
spoilers
ain't
for that,
expect it was like
I
that
thought they were
serious.
fake spoilers. I thought niggas were trolling in there.
Like yeah, like we gotta accept what may or may not happen. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be just
Mm-hmm.
realistic. Like sometimes it gonna be there, sometimes it ain't. You know what I'm saying? But it
If a
don't.
manga relies on its audience accepting things, then it needs to work. You
I,
I
shouldn't
think
have
I,
to
I think some
accept
people
shit.
don't give
I
enough
ain't, I
credit to
ain't, I
what
ain't
like
say
Whole Cake
that.
actually did to the story and like how it progressed it also. Like they're
Yeah,
just
it
only worried
it
about
I
like
like
just
what
feel like
happened
expounded
in
on
it, but
so
not
much
like
more
for
stuff
its
than
own
what
just
it meant
story,
to
it
the
did.
story.
yeah.
That's the one gripe I can say about Whole Cake Island. For its own story, it didn't tell a complete story, and that's why I feel like most people, are, you know what I'm saying, like feel it ain't like a
Um,
good art.
I
For
was,
its
I
but
own
I
don't
would
know
say
if
the
story,
I
it
can
tell
say
after
a
it didn't
effects
tell
of
a
Whole Cake
complete
Island
story.
made up for that because I mean I'm
Yeah,
one of the few people that actually enjoyed Whole Cake Island like more than a lot of people and like
I
I
like it a
liked it
lot.
all the way through. But like the
I
end of
enjoyed
Whole
it.
Cake Island, like what the implications for like Luffy being fifth emperor, his bounty, blah blah blah, people knowing Sanji's a Vin smoke, I think that made it even more better in my eyes too.
Mm, I don't
did I
know.
just hear
It
Toddy say he enjoyed whole cake? Is that what I just heard?
I
Yeah, that's
as
wild.
like as a
That's
whole,
wild.
like I feel like it
That's
had some of
wild.
the worst moments
listen.
in
Like I
One
said,
Piece,
That is
but as
the
a
wild.
first
whole,
let's say first part good, second part trash. You know, that's just how I feel
yeah,
about it.
as a whole, I felt I don't know. Like I've only seen 10 chapters of this, but so far I enjoyed Whole Cake more than I'm enjoying Wano so far.
Oh no, I can't say that.
Yeah, Wano
I,
hasn't done anything to
I ain't
really
gonna
like
I ain't
blow
gonna
my
lie, I
head
I
off.
just
can't
like
because I ain't
I
gonna lie, I
like the
can't. I like
atmosphere here. I like the atmosphere here. Like a
Yeah,
whole
me
bunch of time
too.
when I like the island and shit, that kind of play into it too. Cause I just like the
Yeah,
island. I like that aesthetic of
for me
samurai. You know
that
what I'm saying?
for me this
Japanese shit.
thing. Hey, until Uncle Kaido pulled up, I was really gonna feel again. It was just lackluster to me until I seen Uncle Kaido. So I ain't gonna
man.
hold
When
you.
Luffy the
Kaido
sneak god,
made it for me.
But even
You
when
This
know,
Kaido
man
came up,
ain't no sneak
he's like
god. I
underwhelming.
say,
Like at
do
least
say, I
Whole
say,
Cake had Mama G. Like all we got is Kaido.
yo, he's
bro,
the sneak god,
Kaido
man.
nice. Talk about
Kaido
bro,
is
Kaido
lit.
nice. What you
Kaido
talking
is
about?
lit. The
This man,
fuck?
Toddy is legit is
You
biased.
just
Bro.
don't
This
like
man,
Kaido. That's all it
I
that's
is.
saw
it.
Kaido's attack. Kaido's attack on that castle looked
Super
like one of
cool.
Big Mom's
That shit was
sneezes.
fire.
Cool. This man said that Kaido Biju bomb was trash.
That was
Yeah,
what?
not a Bijou
man.
bomb.
Man, the nigga had a
What?
That was
whole
a
BG
Bijou
download.
sneeze.
Oh my
That
god,
that
this man.
he didn't.
Hey, and that's
Shut
what makes it
up.
even better. It was a BG sneeze. So
He
imagine
wasn't
Hey,
when he
shut
trying.
up.
decide to really turn up.
That
We
man
talking about
wasn't
the
even
One Piece
trying.
verse. We talking
See,
about the
I'm on
One
the
Piece
side
verse.
that like
Well, he
like
can't
it
make
was
no Bijou
cool. Like
bomb.
it was cool
But
that
we
he did
still
it.
talking
But
about the
all
One
I'm
Piece
saying is
verse. You
we've
know what I'm
seen
saying?
it
We ain't talking
multiple
about
other
Naruto.
times
He
before. Like it
snatching
wasn't
shit. He dick
impressive.
dog in the One Piece verse. What's
Yeah,
the
the
hype
thing,
So
the
now?
thing, the thing about Whole Cake had going for it is there was this unstoppable force in the back of everyone's mind. This god, Mama God, in
hmm
fact. On Kaido, on Wano, we got Kaido, who's within 10 chapters been shown to be vulnerable,
yeah,
and that's
what?
like,
Nigga, he just got punched.
I lose
Yeah,
my
a
suspense
punch
a bit.
means
He
He
just
got
nothing.
got
punched
punched.
by a basic bitch Gear 3 attack.
Hold on,
So,
wait.
That nigga was using
Hold
elephant gun back on Lucci.
on, wait,
so
wait, wait, wait. Wait, Toddy.
That's
No,
not
he
the
wasn't.
point.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Nah,
yeah, Elephant
Elephant
Man
Gun.
gun didn't come up
but
until after he
still,
got Haki.
so what does that matter? That
It's underwhelming
how?
because a kid
Like
because
we don't
in
even know the
comparison
result. Like we don't even know the result of
when
what
he King
happened.
Kong gun mom's elbow, he got knocked out of Gear
That
4.
was a
Nigga,
block versus
hey,
taking
No,
a
no, that's
hit.
not
check
true.
If
this
he
out.
That's
But
would
not
check
have
what
this out
happened.
slapped
though.
Big
You're
Mom,
Do you
thinking
Like
of
think
we
an
two
don't.
different
this
elephant
would have
gun
been
if
completely
mama had
different.
her back turned, do you think an elephant gun would have done
All right,
shit to
well,
mama?
let me
Are
Honestly,
you
ask you this.
kidding
no,
Let me,
me?
hey, hold on, let me
because
ask
she
you this.
needed to
So, if
use
next
Haki to block
chapter,
the shit.
hold on, if next chapter that nigga just shake it off like, what the fuck was
Yeah,
that?
like who threw this rock
Like,
at me? Like,
like,
like when he
It
looked
doesn't
at
that,
me.
it
that, that,
doesn't change the fact that that nigga got his mouth closed and his eyes turned white. That don't
What?
change.
His
no,
eyes were
Mama's
what you mean
open?
eyes
it
ain't
don't
gonna
change?
turn white
That
to an
changes
elephant gun.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to me. I still got that panel.
Okay, you still
He
got
can
the
do
panel,
that
but you
and
still
then
got the
go
result
Gear
of the
4
panel.
and go do
Yeah,
the
I was about to say
same
the
thing
next
that,
I
panel
that, that
wouldn't
he
was
did
expect
to
an
capture
elephant
Big
gun.
Mom.
The thing is, I already
Listen
wouldn't
though.
expect an elephant gun to do anything to a Yonko at all.
But
In
who says
fact,
it
I'm
did
shocked
anything?
that it did. That it
Check
did
me
as much.
real quick
I'm
though, Ty.
shocked that it closed his mouth.
Check me real
What?
quick though.
Then are you shocked that
Hold
Vagabond
on,
Drill
hold
moved
on, J
Big
Hut.
Mom?
No,
Yeah,
because
Like
she
it's the
was
same
nerfed
type of
and it
thing.
knocked her back like 5 feet,
He
Kaido was
drunk.
and
drunk.
she
The
was
nigga's still in
super
the
sick.
air. Like
He
he's
Kaido was
drunk.
drunk.
drunk. His observation is not being
She was
used. He's drunk.
hungry and
And
he
Hold
plus,
on,
left.
that
hold
was
on, hold on. You
She
the
guys
was
thing
need
is
to
hungry
hold
and
too.
on.
he
Stop
Yeah,
That
like
left.
talking.
you
think
can
about
say the
this,
same
guys.
Cannot
Think
thing
about
when
say
he's
this.
in
that
a
That
Kaido
was
pod.
being drunk
Jinbei's.
isn't
That was
nerfed yet
Jinbei's
until we know
ultimate
if it is or
attack,
not.
No, it's
and all
not.
it
We
did
know
was
for
No,
a
push her back.
fact that
no.
This
Mama
is
was
Let me
Luffy's
nerfed.
hold on. No, it's
weakest
not.
form. His
It's
weakest
not his ultimate
punch.
attack. It says
Y'all,
Yeah, it
hold
is
on.
his
frequency,
Y'all
ultimate
really
not
gonna
attack.
stop
ultimate.
saying just because
That's
Kaido
a
was
no.
drunk,
That's
that's a
not the
nerf.
right
We know for a
translation.
fact Mama was nerfed
So
because of the Hunger Pangs. We don't know if Kaido's nerfed because he's drunk. You can't say that already until it's
I'm
a
not even
fact.
talking about the nurse. I'm talking about the fact that nigga, we don't even know if it did anything or not.
Well, I, no, I'm
It
just
Listen,
saying.
closed his
I
mouth.
heard some. I heard
It
someone say,
closed
I
his
"Oh,
mouth,
he's
know,
and
drunk,
but
I
so that's
close my
nerf."
mouth
Luffy,
every
You can't
time I
say
eat
that's
a
not nerf
burger.
yet until we know what
it's
is.
not a
Yeah,
nerf,
but if
but
a
he
fly
is
flew on top of
impaired.
my head, I'm not about to close my mouth from it.
I will. I want that bit flying in my mouth.
What the
Luffy, it's
fuck?
not a nerf, but he is impaired. That's all I'm saying.
But
But
my
But
thing is like
like I
it
said
didn't
earlier,
even
we've
do
already seen
anything to
multiple
him.
other people in the
Yeah,
story be
like all
drunk,
it
and
did
if
was push him.
Well,
not impair them,
we
and it
don't know if
actually
it
make
did
them
anything.
stronger
Yeah,
in the
It
long
we
run.
man.
don't know. You're right. We don't know. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you really think that Gear Third punch is really phasing that man?
Yeah, you
I'm
lying.
just saying what it did. Even if it results in Kaido just shaking it off like it wasn't shit, what it did initially was more than I thought that attack should do to
So
any
who fault
Yonko.
that is?
Let me say something real
I
quick
don't
though.
think
Check
Mama should
check
get
me
her
up.
mouth closed from it, Shanks or Blackbeard.
Let me
Nigga,
go
look,
real quick.
if
Let me go real quick,
If
there.
Big Mom, hold on, if Big Mom don't block and the shit just come and blindside her, she gonna
Yeah,
close
like
her
he
mouth
Luffy's gonna
too.
break
fucking
his hand.
Come on, hell,
what? Come
yeah, you
on,
tripping.
man.
But anyway, go ahead, Sub Two.
This is Big Mom.
Go
This
ahead,
what I'm
Sub
Come
Two.
finna
on.
say.
All right,
This
Porcelain
what I'm
yeah,
skin,
finna
like
say.
never
Hold
been
on, hold on.
scratched. That ain't about
we
to
All
do
not
right.
even
nothing.
gonna argue
If
with you,
what I'm
okay?
finna say, check me. Like, say for instance, okay, he punch him. Nothing happened. He go Gear 4. The same exact scenario with Big Mom happened. Like Luffy go throw a cone gun. He go block that shit. Get knocked out of Gear 4 happen. Is you still gonna say that man trash?
If that happens, I might have a change of opinion. But how likely is that to to happen.
I still
That's
don't
bro.
think he like
Yeah, I could tell
he
you
gonna
didn't
beat
believe
him.
that was gonna happen when you said it.
That is
But what
reluctant to
I'm
happen.
saying,
Actually,
that's what I'm saying.
I
Like
feel
just
like
to
he's
get
finna
you
slap
to
the fuck out
gauge
of
you
Luffy.
and see where you
Like
at. Cause
he's
like
finna slap Luffy into the
I feel like
ground, and
that
he
ain't
ain't
gonna
even gonna
hurt
get
him,
back
and he
up.
gonna go give forth, and they gonna have a fight, and Kaido gonna win. Like if they fight, Kaido gonna win. This is the beginning of the arc. Ain't no way he
Kaido's
gonna
gonna
beat him
win, but
right
it's not
now.
gonna be as overwhelming as a loss as
yes,
he
he
would
finna
to
slap him.
Mama
You
or
see, yes,
Blackbeard.
listen,
Why
He's
he
wouldn't
finna
finna
he?
slap
slap
him.
the shit out
Why
of
wouldn't he
him.
slap him? Why wouldn't he slap
Mama
him? The
beat
man
him
just
in
punched him
half a
in his
second.
head.
Mama
They were
literally
running
beat him
away.
in
He said,
half
"I
a
want to
second.
throw
No,
one
no
punch."
punches were landed on Mama, and they tried to sneak attack Mama.
That's a
They
completely
did
different
all that, and
situation.
nothing
That's a
touched
completely different
Mama.
situation though. Like
He at least landed a punch on
I
Kaido
understand.
already.
On
You gotta
someone
put the
who
context
wasn't
of the
using
situation.
their
Listen,
hockey.
hold
The
on, Jay.
nigga's drunk,
You
thinks
gotta
he's
put the
attacking
context of the
something else, not
situation into
using his
what's going
hockey.
on though.
We know
Cause like,
hockey has
listen,
to do with your emotions and your awareness, and that nigga is drunk as shit, not being aware of
Well, you got
nothing.
to realize too,
Oh,
they're two
stop
different
making
characters.
excuses
They're
for
two
this
different
man.
characters. With Mama,
can
she
I'm
I
not
tanks
making
attacks, and
excuses.
with
I'm
Kaido,
I'm
can
he
I
can
pointing
speak?
out
endure
fucking
attacks.
facts
He
of the
can be
sport.
it can be
Bottom
like that.
line is that nigga landed an attack on Kaido. He never
So
landed an attack on Mama.
No,
Sneak
Toddy,
attack and all.
look at Toddy. You got to realize, you got to look at it like this. You can't compare the two because they could be two
I'm
different
about saying
types of
her
characters.
kid stopped the
Mama,
sneak
hold on,
attack.
Mama can tank attacks
Two
where,
different
like, if she gets
situations.
hit, it don't hurt her. Kaido can actually get hit by stuff, but he can endure it and keep coming back.
Yeah, just like
I mean,
Whitebeard.
Mama
You
can
you
endure
can
it
hit
and keep
Whitebeard, it
coming
ain't gonna
back.
kill Whitebeard, it ain't gonna hurt
No, with
Whitebeard,
Mama,
but
she
you can
don't
hit
have to
him.
endure nothing because it just don't affect her. She tanks it.
Right.
She's
It don't, yeah, it
So,
with
don't kill
Kaido,
you.
he
so
can
that
get
just
hit, but
sounds
he'll
like it's
endure it.
overwhelmingly more stronger than Kaido. There's no benefit to having
No,
hey,
Kaido's
no,
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 hey,
overwhelming.
no, it's
hey,
not.
but look. If you think about Big Mom though, when the Mother Caramel shit happened, she fell down and bled from just like simply just fall to the ground.
Again, situational stuff.
But we explain to you the different types of tanks they are.
Right to back.
I
Kaido
mean,
shouldn't
I don't
have no
think
So
that
that
proves
means,
situation
so
and
that
stuff
anything.
means,
like
in
that.
terms of durability, that means that she is better. But in terms of endurance, we can say that Kaido is better.
Like Kyle probably does not feel that again right now. That punch, Kyle start bleeding and tell Luffy what was that, and think that's nothing, and laugh at him, and then slap him like he literally that's what might happen. He might just slap Luffy like he a child and keep drinking.
Mm. Hey,
Unless he one shots Luffy casually as fuck, then Mama still is over him in my opinion because Mama one shot him with a
What?
block.
she didn't.
Mama
What?
one shot him with a
Nah,
block with
No,
a
at this point,
stronger punch
I
than
gotta
nah.
what
agree. I got
Luffy's
Mama over.
thrown.
I do got Mama over Kaido too.
I just,
That's all I'm saying. I got to see something
I'm saying,
amazing,
panel for
amazing from
panel,
Kaido.
yes, she does because we just now getting Kaido, but at the same time, you can't
This
sit here and
man made
use
a
that shit.
whole
You
Bijou
can't use
bomb.
that shit that happened with him just now
This man,
as a
this man, low
downplay
key.
if it don't do nothing.
No wait, don't say this man low key has one of the fastest feats in the story, and then he traversed miles in a second. Like I
Right.
don't, I
I
don't
don't know.
understand that.
It wasn't Miles from one thing. I don't know why we keep
It
Yes, it
confusing
was
them.
was.
Miles. Oh my
It
god.
it was a mile and a half maybe.
No, this
Go to page 12 of the arc and see how far away
I
that
went
shit
through
was.
it. I went through it already.
Nigga,
I
this
seen the
man
that is
distance.
Toddy.
definitely Miles.
That's maybe 2 miles,
That's
1.7.
definitely Miles,
I
nigga.
could jog that in 10 minutes, like I said earlier.
Yeah, like you
But
gotta be
but I
This
feel
serious,
boy
like
man.
Toddy,
Luffy's gear
boy,
four. I feel like
Toddy
Luffy's gear
better than
four.
Big Mom, boy. That boy Toddy levels with
Luffy's
Big
gear
Mom. I
four
tell
when
you.
he flew across the island on Dressrosa seemed faster than Kaido's flight right there. I'm not saying this is the
Because he did a
fastest.
shorter distance.
I would definitely say Mama flying on
That was a
Zeus too
shorter
was
distance.
faster than that too.
Yeah, I
Not
No,
agree.
it
yet.
wasn't. No, it
Hey,
wasn't
yeah,
because
hey, no.
this man
That
took
travel speed on Zeus is godlike. Cause
Yeah.
to get from
bro.
where she
But
was to where, yeah,
She
that's
listen,
godlike.
yeah she
listen,
Hey,
wait,
that
way
travel
wait,
she
speed on
covered
Zeus is
Durst,
way more
crazy.
distance than
Durson,
Kaido just did.
Durson. We have confirmation that in a single second he
I,
traversed
I, I
from the
understand that.
city to them in
A
a
I
single
understand
single
that.
second?
second.
What niggas were talking while he was flying?
That's what. No,
He
no, no,
said
no.
in a single
Listen.
second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hawk,
Niggas
yeah,
are talking
yeah.
about he's
Hawkins said
coming this way. Did he notice us? There's no
no,
way.
He said
He
that
from
in
no.
the
that
arc.
distance. No, he's definitely coming this way. These
Hawkins
niggas
literally
had a
said
full
no. Hawkins literally
conversation.
no. Listen, Hawkins literally said in a single second he went over there in a
Man,
singular
they
second.
put a time on it.
Like
So
he was older in a second. Like that man Kaido got
hey,
got
but
the
that's
jets.
good.
I felt like
I
he was
still
talking about
say,
the blast, not the flight. He was talking about the blast.
No, it was a flight.
but I still say that Zeus travel speed is better than Kaido shit. Cause that shit was
Yeah.
getting that bitch covered
That
fucking
was she
hours of
went
time
she went
and
across the
minutes.
whole island
Like
in
real talk.
seconds.
She
Like
went
I
she went from the
That
can't
sea
Zeus
argue with
from
that.
the
travel speed
sea
is crazy.
to where all the shit was going down with the
Yeah.
vent smokes and shit
That's a debate.
instantly.
Hey, that Zeus travel speed is crazy. Cause like when I saw it in the shit, I was making a joke about it. Like that shit is I think that is one of those things where the bad writing actually complements a character to the point. It's like nigga, ain't no way she should have been there, but she was, so we can't take it back. So it's like, yeah,
Hmm.
this is Zeus travel speed, my nigga.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
Zeus travel speed. It's
And
Yep.
crazy.
I don't
Exactly.
think there's anything wrong with difference in strength between the Yonkos. I don't think they have to be equal. I don't think it's even realistic that they're 100% equal. I think it's okay to go run with the assumption that Mama is probably stronger than Kaido from what we've seen.
We
I
Maybe
know.
mean,
something will happen.
We
Maybe
know.
Kaido pulls some
I
shit
We
out
agree
of his
with that
know
ass, but
that
because
so
we haven't
far,
seen shit
we
from
know how you
Kaido.
feel.
I agree with that Big Mom over Kaido right now, panel for panel, because we ain't seen that nigga.
But then this is what thing. This is what thing. This man. That's I don't get this. This bitch want to just become pirate king and marry giants. This nigga want to start worldwide wars, worldwide wars because he for fun because he bored.
so
I'm
what?
sorry.
But
We've
that's
seen
what you
weak ass
want.
characters want to start wars and shit
You
and
want what
take
you
over
But could
want.
they
entire
though?
oceans.
They get the clout though. They'll
I
get the
don't think
clout.
that I don't think that in terms like the level of power, but like I say that right now Big Mom looks more impressive because we got more feats,
Yeah,
but
that's a fact. He
Kaido
is. That's a fact.
has
He
a
is.
bigger he has a bigger margin to be better than her because of his starting point. Starting off
Facts.
doing shit like this, like he ain't gonna do nothing but get better from there.
Mama started out doing better shit than that.
Nah, hell no.
No,
Mama started out with an entire archipelago alive. That's how Mama
this
started
man.
Yeah,
off.
This
that is
man.
true.
A tire archipelago is wet.
An entire
Alive.
archipelago where everything is alive. That's
So,
how
nigga, I'm
Mama
talking
started
about
out.
combat feats.
This man made
What
Nigga,
a
the fuck?
whole Biju bomb casually just
Yeah,
cause.
yeah. I'm talking about
This
combat
man.
feats. I ain't
a
talking about
Bijou bomb
her fruit.
on
Her
a
fruit is
Bijou.
way better than
It
his.
was not a
The fuck?
Bijou bomb. And that
That was a
DC, that
Biju.
DC was beaten by Mama like on 4 different occasions in one
No, it
arc. We
wasn't.
saw,
What the?
yes, 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 it
Look,
was.
but notice what I'm saying
Prometheus,
though.
Zeus, the
Nah, it's better
wave.
than Prometheus. Better than
I don't know.
Prometheus, nigga.
No, I don't think
That's
Straight up.
better.
so.
That's better.
No,
Yes, it is.
Prometheus destroyed everything it touched. This
Prometheus
That
Bijou
did.
sun
bomb
got big as
only
hell
Pro,
knocked
now.
over a Roman
That
castle.
sun
Prometheus.
got big as hell now, Durson. That sun got big as hell at the end of the arc. When she was riding that
Yeah.
bit, that
And
bit
Uh,
got
that
It
big.
was bigger than
I
that
said,
Elbaf
yeah,
castle.
spear was way
yeah.
better.
Easily
yeah.
bigger than that
No, it wasn't.
castle.
What I'm saying is,
Did you see how tiny the sunny was next to that to Prometheus? It was a speck. Prometheus was enormous.
nigga,
Okay.
all I'm saying is that nigga has a better like position to show off stronger feats off top.
We'll see.
Like that nigga.
We
Like she
have.
started. Like if she started at fucking at one, that nigga already started at a three. Like just from a starting point. Like
That's what I'm
that
saying.
nigga's
This
gonna
man
show
has
We gotta
what
better
agree
two,
to
three
shit.
more
disagree.
years. This man has 3 more years. That's my thing. Toddy, we was already in the later portion of the arc when Big Mom started doing her thing. With this nigga here, we already in the first 10 chapters, and he pulled up like this in the
Yeah,
first 10.
Regardless of where we're at,
this
what we have
literally the
seen from
second
both so
chapter we
far,
seen him.
what we have seen from both so far is their initial, their
We just
first
got him.
introduction to a
That's like
Yeah,
combat
that's
scenario.
like me
And
trying to get Big
Mama's
Mom to
first
Shanks.
introduction, she blocked a Diablo Jambe, completely taken off guard, blocked a Diablo Jambe and an elephant gun
she
at
wasn't
the
taken
same
off
time.
guard. She wasn't taking
Yes,
that
she
nigga.
was. They jumped out.
She was
They
looking
jumped
right
out
at
of
that
that
nigga.
nigga
She
out of
looking.
nowhere.
She saw him. Listen, she saw him.
Yeah, she was looking right at him.
She lit. The thing. She did talk shit to his man. She talked shit to him.
Yeah,
She
So,
saw his
and a
man.
bunch of niggas jumped out of
nigga,
nowhere.
Okay.
she didn't block that at the cake.
Exactly. She blocked
The
Luffy and
fuck,
Sanji. That's it. We talking about. She
and
saw
that
Yeah,
wasn't
them.
even at the cake.
she blocked
This
Luffy
was
and
after the
Sanji
fact.
with one hand.
This was after the fact. And Sanji, that don't
And
mean shit.
that same attack by comparison, by the it doesn't matter. We're still comparing the first interaction. She blocked 2 attacks, including the one on Kaido with one hand, whereas Kaido completely taken by surprise, hit by a very weak elephant gun to the point where his mouth closes and his back is arched up in the air and his eyes are white. Those are two
Is
very different
is
displays
vagabond
of ability based on the
vagabond drill?
first introduction.
Is vagabond drill strong? I understand. I'm completely fine with it. I just want to
Vagabond
know your
Drill is
opinion about it.
what's
I'm
his
saying,
name
is it gonna
strongest
be?
attack. At the very least the strongest
Is
attack
it?
he's ever used in the
I was
series.
gonna say it's no. I'm asking, is it stronger than an elephant gun? That's what I'm trying to ask you.
Elephant gun,
definitely
hell
is.
yeah. Elephant gun,
How strong do
yes.
you think
Maybe not a
Bakuman's
Kong
drill
gun.
is?
Stronger than, maybe slightly weaker than a Kong gun, or the same strength as a Kong gun. Jinbei ain't weak.
Your third attacks ain't weak.
The elephant gun is. Nigga, I just
Doflamingo said it
saw
wasn't weak.
an elephant.
Doflamingo said it wasn't weak. He just said it's
How
slow.
many
He said it
people have
wasn't weak.
blocked an elephant gun in this series so far?
That's fine, but I'm just saying
An
it ain't weak.
elephant
It
gun
ain't. It
against
ain't a weakened
Katakuri's
attack.
elephant gun resulted in Luffy
Actually,
damn near
I
Elephant
think
breaking
yeah,
his
I
Gun,
It
think
ain't
neck.
a
only
weak
two
attack.
people blocked it.
only two. Katakuri parried it. Katakuri parried it, and I think Big Mom.
Cracker,
No, not Big Mom.
And
cracker.
Yeah,
Big Mom blocked
Arrow
it. That's it.
Sparrow,
no, not Pastor. No, no, no,
Doflamingo blocked it too with his spider
Doflamingo,
net.
I thought he weaved
Cracker
it.
blocked
no,
one.
no, no, no,
No,
no, no.
Doflamingo
Terrence
stopped it
Sparrow
with a
didn't block
spider
one.
net.
No, no,
That
no,
was a
no,
regular Gear
no,
third attack. How can make it stronger? It's a regular
yeah,
Gear third attack.
yes,
That's different.
let's stay. Dolphy didn't block it. He avoided it.
No,
Dolphy
he
He
didn't.
said
literally
he was
blocked it
He
with
slow.
the
blocked
spider
it.
He
net.
blocked
He
it. He
He
blocked
blocked it
it,
with
blocked
the
it with a
bro.
spider
spider
net.
net.
He
Oh
blocked it
yeah,
with the
okay,
spider net. He did do that.
Okay.
okay. So what?
He blocked
Doflamingo
That's
it.
did it.
three.
That
It
was
just
when
Cracker
he
did it.
listen.
and
That was
Katakuri
we're
did it. The
talking
big
about
mama.
a
he
That's all
blocked it because he
people.
Yonko.
told Luffy he was too slow, and then he proceeded to kick that nigga in the face.
But
That's
all I'm
three.
saying is that
Didn't Don
it
Chin
depends on
Zhao
it.
match it
It
too?
de- El Thor
No,
knocked
that's
his
when
No,
ass
Don
out. That's a
Chinzhao
Gear
got his
third
head blown
attack.
back up.
El Thor got
no,
El Thor knocked his ass out. That's a Gear third
No,
attack.
yeah. Chinja got fucked up by that. You got
Uh,
fucked up by it.
and God
This my
Jr. not only blocked it, but he made that
so
nigga's
hold on,
hand
wait,
ache.
wait. I'm gonna ask you a legit question. I want a legit answer. Do you think that an elephant gun would take out three supernovas at the same time?
No way. I think Elephant Gun at this point in Luffy, from what he's shown, Elephant Gun is one of his lowest tiered attacks that he has.
You do
I
I
realize
mean,
that,
disagree
right?
aside from
wholeheartedly.
fodder moves like pistol and Gatling gun and
It's
shit,
stronger than the Gear
Elephant
second
Gun.
shit.
This nigga has different variations of Elephant Gun. We saw a Gatling Elephant Gun way back on Fishman Island. A
Yes, we
No,
regular
we
did.
seen the
Elephant Gun
Gatling
ain't
elephant
shit.
gun against Katakuri too.
Yeah, Elephant Gun is a
Okay,
base attack at this point.
okay, Toddy, here's my thing. The man you calling trash and underwoman, from what we gathered or what we got, made two supernovas bend the knee and put one nigga in a cage. This same man trash.
I've seen Luffy take out a first mate, which is way more than putting supernovas in cages to me. I seen Luffy take out
You talking about
Shichibukai.
Katakuri?
Yeah.
Nigga, that nigga had to
Katakuri
fight. That nigga had to
Ichibukai.
get beat for 10 hours to take that nigga out. What
Exactly.
the
He had
fuck?
Yep.
this
Boy,
man
that
got
is no
Still
hell
beat
no.
him.
Don't.
Still beat him.
Yes,
Do you
but the
think any other
thing is,
supernovas taking on God Jr. for 10
nigga,
hours?
what we saying is that Kaido destroyed these niggas. Like
That's
destroyed
fine.
him.
Like the supernovas aren't that impressive to me.
What?
what? Oh yeah, you
Like
tripping?
Oh,
Three of them.
Doflamingo
Yeah,
Three
destroyed
of them.
Law.
yeah, he
Even
Doflamingo
if
oh
tripping.
one of them
no.
ain't impressive, three of them at the same time, like
Oh
three of them
Didn't
Yeah,
is
you
not
no.
how
tripping.
impressive.
fast did Doflamingo take out Law? As a matter of fact,
Yeah, you tripping. Yeah, you tripping.
Like it don't matter if you think
Mm-mm-mm.
they unimpressive, like one by themselves, but three of them at the same time, like come
Yeah,
on,
you
no.
tripping.
Not at
first of
four
all,
of
you
them. It
don't
was
know.
four of them.
First of all,
It was
you
four of them
don't
at the
know if he
same
No,
time.
took
Cause
him
you
out
also
at
got
the
to
same
think.
you're
time.
right. You're right.
You
You
don't
also
know that
got
he
at
took him out
four.
at the same time.
It
The
was
only person
four.
that was injured
It was four.
was fucking Kid.
What are you
You don't
talking
know if
about?
he
You
took him
about
on the same time.
He
fam? They
dropped.
were
He dropped
literally.
on top of them niggas.
It was
You
literally
don't know
Because
four
that.
they
v
didn't
one.
fight. They
It
didn't
was
fight. They
four
just
v
they
one.
bent the knee. They said they was scared to fight. You know, it's either they
But
was
it doesn't
scared to
matter.
fight
You're
him or they
basing your
just bowed
point. You're
down.
basing your point is based on him taking out three supernovas at the same time when you don't even know if that happened.
They
All I
call
know
this
is it's
man.
I
four.
seen Mama take on
They
all
call this man
more than three
master.
supernovas at the same time.
They call this man
When?
master. We talk about they call this
Well,
man
too.
That's
literally
true.
master. They don't call Big
Too.
Mom master. Again, the Capone don't call Big Mom master. No, they legit call this man Kaido master.
So,
Like
what does that have to do with combat ability?
you don't understand this.
Who
Whatever he did to
cares?
them, whatever
Like
what they
niggas bent the knee to
no, listen,
Doflamingo.
Nigga,
no. Wait, this
why are we
thing.
still
This
arguing with
thing.
this man? Like,
I don't know, man. I don't get that. They call this. I don't know, man. I don't get
Y'all,
this.
y'all are getting too desperate with your arguments because you guys are reaching.
it's not about.
That's
It's
what desperate.
not being desperate. It's just
Desperate. Like
there's
it's
no
just
Y'all
one.
point
are making up stuff.
if
Y'all are
you
talking
don't
about
see the
Kaido taking on three
reason. If
supernovas
you
at the
don't
same
see
time.
the
Y'all don't know if he
reason
did that
in
He
shit.
what niggas are
did.
saying,
We
ain't no
talking about.
point.
Let's say
That is not facts.
This
Toddy.
is point. This is
Toddy say
pointless, y'all.
we
Like,
live. I'm done with this.
Yeah,
We
you're
live
right.
again. We saw Kaido. He was literally standing in front of 3 supernovas. Following
Yep.
one cat killer.
Yep. And when we
So how
saw him
can you?
again, we only saw one with a scratch on him. The other two didn't have anything on them.
a
You
scratch.
talk
That
about
nigga arm gone.
yeah, his
Well,
arm is gone.
he lost that against Mama. He didn't lose that against
And then two,
Kaido.
let's say two. One called him
When did that
Kaido-sama.
happen?
We saw
When did that happen?
one
He
You
second.
tried to
talking shit
a
about
kid tried to
that?
go to
But
Mama's
Sean, when did
island.
that
He didn't even
happen?
get close.
When did Big
Kid
Mom
tried to
take
go to
his
Mama.
arm
I'm
off?
trying to explain to you that kid tried
Okay,
to invade
explain.
Mama's island, did not get close. He got extremely injured. The next time we saw him, his arm was off. His arm was missing before he met with Kaido. The reasonable conclusion is he lost it when he tried to invade Whole Cake.
So he's not did anything else that would have took his arm off in his whole pirate career. In them 2 years, he didn't do anything else
The
that could have
reasonable
took his arm off.
conclusion that is if we know that this nigga challenged Yonko before, that's probably where he lost the arm.
So you can
I'm just saying
assume
that's
that,
the
but I can't
reasonable
assume what
conclusion.
I'm trying to say. We
You're
see
assuming
4
that he had
people
a
go
fight.
fight, trying to
He
say they
had a
gonna go
fight that was
fight
never
him.
on screen. I
And
know that nigga went to Whole
you
Cake.
saying Kaido took his arm off
And
when
you
that was
know
never
them
on
niggas got
screen.
beat up. Like you know
That's what
them
I'm saying.
niggas bent the knee and shit. What you mean? It's the same shit.
Exactly. That's what I'm
That don't
saying.
mean that he
But
beat
it's
all of them
fine.
at the same
We
time.
can
Is all
agree
I'm
to
saying.
disagree.
And it
Yeah, it's
don't
fine.
mean that Big Mom took his arm.
Uh,
Yeah, that's
All
simple.
right, I'll
How
give you
is
that.
it
Don't
Big
mean that
Mom
Big
didn't
Mom
take
took
his
his
arm
arm.
because he didn't
It
even get to
doesn't mean
see
that.
Big Mom?
hold on,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he didn't even make it. He didn't even make it to Mama. He lost to a commander.
Because I'm trying to get off this because it's starting to get redundant now. So I'm gonna get off
It's
this.
been
So
redundant.
it is. So like I said, I'm gonna ask y'all one more question, and then we go ahead and wrap it up because this right here, this man Toddy, I swear, he's my boy. This man
But
Toddy
the
was.
facts.
Retarded.
I'm saying, well, that's one more thing. Yeah, it's back to the question I asked earlier, but somewhat very differently. I'm gonna ask Cool too. Do y'all think portrayal matters anymore in the story? Like how you look, does it matter anymore? Because as we see with Yonko, of course, they have to. Yonko looking kind of shaky right now. I obviously would say have to for the sake of the story. But does portrayal anymore matter to you?
Portrayals matter. It depends on the conversation that you're having. Like
Pretty much, I say
if we talking about like as far as like versus matchups, portrayals don't mean shit. But if we just talking about like story elements, like yeah. But
I
yeah.
think the way that Oda's written the story, he's hyped them up so much and like made them these like immovable objects. He's portraying them as worse than he would have, rather than if he didn't portray them like immovable objects. Like if he didn't hype them up as much as he has, and just left us more to guess about them rather than like knowing like they're fucking crazy, he wouldn't have to portray them as like with these gimmicks and quirks of like hunger pangs and being drunk all the time and shit like that.
trash. Trash.
Shit, hey,
Wait a
you know
minute.
what? I say we gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We gonna wrap it up then. Shit, I'm trying to go do something real quick. So hey, I'm gonna wrap it up. Hey, just ask real quick. Hey, last thoughts from everybody, fam. Last thoughts on chapter, anything.
First of all, shout the fuck out to Lance Stevenson. That boy out there balling.
Watch him
I
dancing
need
Lance. Dancing
I need you
Lance.
to know this right now.
That
I'm
Trash.
nigga
at your neck, hater. What you got to say about my boy?
You
Let's
trash.
go.
Man,
Let's go.
hey,
Let Lance dance on him real
after
quick.
Let me
stream, got you,
hear
man.
you.
Hey,
I know
hey,
you
I got you
watching
too, fam.
games. Triple
After the
double.
stream, fam.
Triple
Listen,
double.
I got you at the stream, fam. I got you after the stream, fam. After the stream, I got you,
All
bro.
right.
And that nigga Lonzo balling out too, letting him live up to his
Man,
name.
Step
here,
back. Step back. Hey, come here.
this
And
man
it's a
here.
way more clean step back than Harden's trash ass.
Island.
Ah!
No, no
Woo!
Rondo.
He got a
No
way better
Brandon.
step. This nigga in his second year and he already got a better step
Oh
back
yeah,
than Harden.
I want you to notice. Carl Anthony Towns is a bum. Through 5 games,
Bum.
DeVale McGee is averaging more points, is shooting a better field goal percentage, 62, compared to Carl Anthony Towns at like 20,
That nigga
47
Jimmy Butler already said it. That nigga
on
ain't got no heart.
on